Can you hear me now? Why was that not playing originally? I mean, it's on now. Sorry. Bloody hell, guys. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know, Baranari. Appreciate that. I'm thinking you'll be able to hear me now. Now I need to go check on YouTube to see if it's playing. Sorry, guys. It's going to be more... If I'm not playing... How do you fucking... Yeah, it's working now. Alright. Sorry, guys. There we go. That's all good now. Alright, so Dempsey tries to get the handball away. Rao locks him up. Dempsey fighting hard, though. Rao gets almost held without it from Bose. It'll be another ball up here. So, towards the forward 50 here of the Cats. Gold Coast got the opening goal through Jack Lukosius. So now with the tap down, Conway again. Clousey jumps up high. And another repeat stoppage. Been a lot of them early so far. Conway took a brilliant intercept mark a few moments ago. And completely turned it over. So now from back, there is Collar Jazz and he knocks it out of bounds. What the hell is going on? This is a great start to the stream, guys. Very professional streamer, guys. Don't you worry. The player just got hit behind play. Well, not behind play. It was Noah Anderson. Umpire says nothing there. Can hear you now. All good. Cheers for that, Baranari. Anyway. So handball forward here from Rao. Anderson couldn't grab it. Did well. And now Holmes just flugs it forward. High ball. McAndrew pushed his opponent under it a little bit. Play on. Ducked out of one. Good pressure there from Henry. Long handball there from Ballard. Met hard by Bose. Did well. Rowan gives off the handball. Henry couldn't get it off. Stengel sogs it towards goal. Bouncing ball. It gets there. Oh, what a finish from Tyson Stengel. From about 30 metres out, he socketed it off the ground, and the Cats get their first goal. Great finish there from Stengel. And the Cats get on the board. No, it was my end, Marinari, anyway. It wasn't your end. For some reason, the mic wasn't connected properly. Like, all the cords are in and everything. Just on my OBS, it wasn't working. So, I don't know what that was, but anyway. Where's he socketed that from? That's at least 35 metres out of that soccer goal there from Tyson Stengel. Great finish. So back in the middle we go. Moyle wins the tap at Bose against his former side. He'll get a clearance. Bombs it long, high ball. Good mark going back there was Ballard. He wants to switch the play. Wasn't the greatest kick. Has to make Sexton gather it. He does well. Breaks past Stengel and goes to the long ball towards the wing. Berry couldn't gather. Holmes about to get tracked down. Was able to dodge the move there from Berry and the kick was nice. Over the top to Parfitt. He wants to go long. He goes to the high ball. McAndrew got the spoil on. Wasn't the greatest spoil though. And now Shannon Neal goes to ground, knocks it out, deliberate. So a young team tonight for the Cats. A lot of players rested or out of the team. Collins goes long with the kick. Berry got to bring it to ground. Parfitt couldn't gather. Tui was a late inclusion. Wrapped up by Rao. Holmes, good pick up, turned it over, but it's out of bounds. So out of sight at the moment at TIO Stadium. Brendan Parfitt, of course, is a native Northern Territorian. Is that what they're called? Northern Territorians? I don't know what they call them. Conway with the tap forward towards Parfitt. Couldn't gather. Miller locked up. Slung to ground there by Bose. Umpire pins him for that. So sling tackle will go Took Miller's way. So Miller wants to switch it. He goes in short to Flanders. Been brilliant at halfback so far this year. Each works it in short to Ainsworth. Or is it Sexton, in fact? Sexton. Goes to the wide ball. Good kick in the end. Fiorini. He's got Anderson leading in towards the middle of the ground. He takes it and goes. Territorian, thank you for that. Thumps a long ball inside the forward 50. Lakosh's got 2 hands to it. Couldn't gather. King couldn't gather it either. Coming through hard there is Humphrey. Great lock-up tackle on Jack Henry to pull up. So Bailey Humphrey coming off a brilliant last quarter last week. Came on as the sub and had an absolute blinder of a last term to get himself back in the team this week. Holmes tracking it back. Stewart getting worried all the way back and rushing it through for a behind. So Gold Coast take a small lead now. So now Dempsey thumps a long ball on the commentary side wing, looking for Neil. Almost dragged it down. Rowell had to wrestle it out of Jeffrey's hands. Henry, good lock-up tackle, almost threw that away. Now Stengel with the clearing ball forward, and Ballard read it well. So now the Suns want to switch it again. Sexton with the handball to Flanders, about to get tracked down by Rowan. Got the handball away. Miller at a standstill, works it out wide. So now the Suns can go. Fiorini wants to give. Eventually he does to Sexton. One more handball and they're away. Berry decides to go from 50. Long ball towards the top of the goal square. Lukosius couldn't mark. Free kick's been ripped out. And it's going to go to the Suns. So it's Ben King or is it Jack Lukosius? It's Jack Lukosius who's going to get a free kick here. Basically at the top of the goal square. And a chance here for the Suns to take a 7-point lead. Kicked the first one of the night. Jack Lukosius through an absolutely dreadful turnover from Conway. And a chance here for his second goal. Got a very good record up in the top end. Jack Lukosius, he's had a 5 and a 6 goal game up here. He comes in now. Lukosius, nice smooth run up. Nice smooth finish. Suns have got 2. As he comes off the field after a great start to this game, as they usually do. Anyway. So what was the free kick for? Wasn't much argument, to be honest, but it was a free kick given to Jack... Oh, nice bounce, umpire. You only got one job! I don't know what the free kick was for, I'm going to be honest. So Swallow tried to soccer it off the ground. Only goes as far as Bruin. Long ball towards the forward 50. Mac Andrew gets in front. He's been brilliant this year so far. Oh, the kick, though, is dreadful! Didn't see Rowan snuck up on Euland. Gets at the back, Euland runs into Mac Andrews, had a horrible few moments, and now Brian Myers makes them pay. So 2 absolutely dreadful turnovers from either side, which has cost them both goals. Good finish there from Myers, and the Cats get their second. Does anyone know what that free kick was for? Was it for a push in the back against Dempsey? Because that was fucking weak. Anyway, that one there, I don't know what I think he missed Gary Rowan there. I don't think he saw him. Because that kick was absolutely shocker. And then he just got in the way of Euland and fucking knocked him over. Oh, comedy of errors there for the Suns, but Cats get their second goal. It's back in the middle of the ground. Taken out of the ruck there from Moyle. Sends a dribbling ball towards the outer wing. Ainsworth, good pick up. Straight off to Miller. Great hands. And the Suns can go through Clousey. Low ball inside the forward 50. On the bounce there for Berry. Couldn't gather. Runs towards the pocket. Day in the team tonight. Just couldn't gather. And now Mullen. Nice play. O'Connor. They can work it over the top here now. The Cats. Bruin wanted to give. Decides to just get it on the boot towards Henry. Out the back now, the Suns have the numbers. Moyle, the big guy, did well to get down to that one. Gave it off to Anderson. Inside out a kick was nice to Clousey. Over the top, the kick wasn't the greatest. Mac Andrew made it look okay. Calls for someone to lead up at him. Then thumps a long ball inside the forward 50. Great work. In front, Ben Long. So Ben Long takes the mark in the pocket. Great work from the Suns on the outer side. And a chance here for Ben Long to get his first. Wasn't the greatest kick there to Mac Andrew. Parfitt, I think, did everything he could, but just the long limbs there of Mac Andrew, just too strong. So now Ben Long, tucked up in the pocket, comes in, and he's left it a little bit skinny. So now Holmes sends an absolute tumble punt down the wing towards close. He couldn't grab it. Jeffrey rows him out of it. Little soccer off the ground on him as far as Dempsey. Bruin did okay. I think that's a throw. Umpire didn't pay it. And then Berry takes it out of bounds. So a really hot weather game so far. I think it's about 30 odd degrees at the game at the moment. Christ almighty. So now Blitzars gets the tap forward. He can probably gather his own tap here. But it runs out of bounds once again. Throws it in again. Blitzars taps it straight down towards Atkins. Couldn't gather. Dempsey with the clearance on the wing. And Ewan reads it well. So Ewan, short little kick inside. Flanders, I think, got worried out of it by the umpire. Did well to gather it in the end. Jeffrey, handball over the top to Miller. Just missed the handball to Mac Andrew. But Clousey can give it to him now. Streaming forward. Long ball into the top of the goal square. And he just overran it there, Johnson. Or Johnston, in fact. And Henry cuts it off. Yeah, Johnston. So now, wide ball. The coach just couldn't gather. And Neil sees it out. So about 65 metres out, 60 out from the Gold Coast goal. Commentary side, Damien Hardwick. Been a few times he's been into the NT, I believe. Oh no, that was a Canton that got beaten by the Gold Coast, wasn't it? Anyway, back in the ruck, the coach just brings it down straight through there as Rao did brilliantly. Handball out wide to Anderson on the left foot. Goes with the ball towards the top of the goal square again. Stewart claims the mark, a little bit ominous anyway. They can work it through hands here. Dempsey had to work back onto it. Loses a boot in the meantime. Now Stewart sends a wide ball looking for Henry. Umpire may pin this. They're going to pay insufficient intent, so it's going to be a free kick to the Suns. They'll lock it inside their forward half here. Andrew at the back. And now Flanders. Back inside the forward 50 once again. Dave from too deep couldn't bring it down. Ainsworth fighting hard. Holmes against the grain did well. Now the Cats can clear finally through Myers. Short little kick was a really nice option. And now with Mark O'Connor, who immediately wants to go. Holmes, Dempsey. Oh, misses the handball to Myers. O'Connor couldn't gather. May have been a high one on Rao. He'll get the free. Rao gives off the handball. Flanders, usually a good user towards Day. Couldn't mark. Good spoil from behind. Tui gives it off. Myers, short little kick inside. Rowan, slippery hands. Couldn't mark, but close. Gathered it well. The kick was a little bit too hot there for Stengel. Has to get out the back and gather. He's got a couple of options. Goes with the longer ball, and it wasn't a very good kick. Fiorini cuts it off. So about to hit the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. It's been a really hot start to this game. Oh, the kick away from Fiorini's been dreadful. Tui cuts it off. Short little handball. Bruin. Back to Tui. The veteran nails the goal. Good finish there from Zach Tui. Came in as a late inclusion. Definitely no cobwebs noticed in that goal. Shakes off the cobwebs of potentially being out of this team tonight. It was a nice, smooth finish. I would be very surprised if this game stays this hot. Like, so much up and down movement in this game. Christ. And that's 3 turnovers now out of 5 goals that have just been absolute dreadful kicks that have turned into goals. Holy shit. I don't think I've seen that this season. And these two teams are like, well, one's top 4, or top 2, the Cats, and the other one's the Gold Coast, fighting for finals. Interesting start to this game. Mac Andrew got a high one. Did all 4 umpires miss that? Apparently they did. Bruin going back hard, got met solidly by Swallow. It'll be another ball up. That's 2 high free kicks they just missed completely then. Maybe not so much the Bruin one because he went in a bit hard, but even then I think he went lower, so he probably could have got the free. Nonetheless, Moyle with the tap down. Anderson got the hands free, did well. Raul out the back to Lukosius. Streaming off the half back line. Now goes to the long ball. Out the back is Day. Good mark there from Sam Day. Had a torrid career at times, Sam Day. Massive amounts of injuries, but he's always had that marking power, and that was a really good effort there. Just to push Lukosius just under the ball a little bit. Took a good grab. So now Sam Day comes in. About a 25-metre kick. Straight over the goal umpire's hat, and the Gold Coast are back in front. Really high-scoring start to this game. 3 goals each way. We've only just ticked over 10 minutes into the quarter. Yeah, it's not very good football. Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you, Berinaria. I agree. It's not very good football, but it's quite exciting because it's just goals galore at the moment. Let's be honest, Geelong would not play in these conditions much at all. I don't remember the last time they played in a 33-degree game at night. And the Suns, I'm a bit surprised by them. I mean, they're playing, maybe it's because they were played 5 days ago, but I would imagine they would tire late. So that's kind of the reason why I tip the Cats. But they don't play in these conditions, I don't think, at all. So back in the ruck they go. Conway with the tap down. Moyle got a handball out of there somehow towards Bowes and Conway. Tried to break the tackle. Got the kick on the outside of his foot. Myers, good tackle there on Sexton. Just got a boot to ball. Anderson just throws a boot at it. Wasn't 15 to Clousey. Play on. Working back there was Berry. Rowell inside handball to Sexton and they can go with the Suns. Anderson, Swallow linking up nicely. Now Euland. Long handball. Just hit up Sexton from 50. Thumps the long ball towards the line. Day takes a good grab. In fact, it's Jack Lukosius again all over the ground so far. Already kicked 2. A chance here for his 3rd. Ominous signs early for the Cats. They're just getting bashed around the ball. And the defence is under pressure. Lukosius on the right boot. Doesn't bother him whatsoever. Kicks his 3rd goal already. Well, Lukosius loving footy at the moment. He'd be hoping that the 20th licence goes to Darwin and he can play there, maybe move up there and play there every second week. Christ, he's loving it. Yeah, well, they've started all right. My brother tipped the Gold Coast because he thinks that they're going to be accustomed to the conditions, which could definitely be the case. And they have rested quite a few players from the team last week. I think he's a better forward, Jack Lukosius. That's just what I'm going to say. But, yeah, I think that'll be interesting as the game goes on. Conway wins it down. Swallow, little tap away. Trying to get it towards Anderson. Little spin move was okay to Euland. Gets it on the left boot. Bouncing ball towards the wing. O'Connor getting tracked down by Ainsworth. Did want to shake him off. Inside handball was a little bit ominous. Holmes did okay. Conway gets booted to ball. Wasn't the greatest kick, and the Suns cut it off. Rowell gives it off to Ainsworth towards the 50. Did well in front there, Guthrie. O'Connor went to ground, let the ball go. Long did well to tap it forward. Humphrey off to Swallow. Oh, just missed the kick. Had just a little bit too much on it, and Atkins cuts it off. It was nearly the perfect lead-up kick to Jack Lukosius. Just had a little bit too much on it. So now Atkins thumps the long ball towards the wing again. Gets out the back. Close has the ball now. Gives it off to O'Connor. Thumps the long ball, but it's all Gold Coast back there and another turnover. Taken by Collins. Can they exit the defensive area now, the Suns, without turning this one over? Collins goes in short to Anderson. Back into the defensive 50 now. Goes to Andrew. So now Jeffrey. Oh, he's trying to fake around Dempsey. He did it pretty well. Now Jeffrey goes long. High ball. Tui got pushed under it. Lukosius, great body work. He's everywhere at the moment. About 70 out from goal, so he can't launch. So he goes with a low dart towards long. Couldn't mark. Hits the ground. Atkins, close. They do it okay here, the Cats. Mullen. Kolajasny and now Myers. Little kick over the top was really nice. He's had a good start to Blitzars. And he kept on going, Ryan Myers. Long ball towards 50, but again, wasn't a great kick. And McAndrew cuts it off. Let's see if he's a little bit safe with this option. He is. Sexton. Inside kick. Towards Anderson, and now Hewland can stream off the half-back line. Thumps the ball towards half-forward. Johnston in front did well. He wants to wheel and go. He sees Jack Lukosius out the back. He's got the hot hand, and he takes... Oh, he should have marked it. Dropped it with two hands onto it. Tweeted okay. Henry, and now Kolajasny clears. One-on-one here is O'Connor. Ainsworth did well to knock it out of bounds. So just over 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Gold Coast led it by 8 points. Jack Lukosius had two hands on that footy. Top of the goal square. Would have been his fourth goal. So back in the ruck we go. Moyle in front. Brought it down. Anderson. Got tackled well there by Holmes. Locked up the arm. Just got the boot to ball there. Was Anderson, but Conway read it well. Off to Bose. He wants to go long once again, but it's not a very good kick. Did well there, Henry, to bring it to ground. At the back is Shannon Neal, who snaps on goal. And he drills it. Good finish, young man. Fourth goal of the quarter for the Cats. Back within 2 points. Great finish there from the big guy, Shannon Neal. First goal of the night for him. Great work as well there from Brad Close to bring that to ground, I believe. I had to see the replay again. Has the ball been greased up? No, it's definitely dew on the ground. And the sweat of the players the sweat on the players' hands as well. Oh, no, it's Ollie Henry. That was great work. 2-on-1. It looked like the Gold Coast going to cut that off again. But he just made an effort to bring that to ground. Great work. He's going to have to do that tonight too without Tom Hawkins and Jeremy Cameron there. Loved it off the boot there, Shannon Neal. Great finish. Yeah, exactly. Should have done better than the Suns. Moyle with the tap down. Humphrey up against Holmes. Holmes worried him out of it well. Come out with a good, clean clearance. Wide ball, though. Dempsey just out of his grasp. And half forward now the Cats are. So very high scoring start to this game. We've seen 8 goals already in it. We've still got 5.5 minutes to go. Over 30 degrees at the moment in this game. I'm sitting comfortably at my gaming chair. Obviously, we know who has the harder job. Moyle couldn't gather. Miller out the back to Swallow, and now Flanders just gets it on the boot. Forward towards the wing. Good mark there from Atkins. So now Tom Atkins wants to go. Back inside the forward 50. Henry overran it. Gets out the back. Dempsey gets boot to ball. Runs towards the outer pocket. Stengel keeps it in. Did well. Always dangerous, Tyson Stengel. Little kick didn't get much onto it. Jack Bowes threw a boot at it. Wasn't a great option. Henry couldn't mark. Diving backwards. Ainsworth went to ground. Now Jeffrey. Free kick's been ripped out. And it's going to go to the Suns. Stengel looked very dangerous there. Thought he was going to get a good kick on that there, Stengel, and maybe get a goal of the year. Well, that's an interesting free kick count. 8-0, Gold Coast way. Doesn't have to be even, guys, alright? Alright. Long kick down the wing, good option. Moyle, 1, 2, 3, got it. So now Moyle gives off the handball. Flanders thumps the long ball towards that wing. Stewart sits in the hole. Did well, Johnston to bring it to ground. Kolajasny knocked out of his hands and out of bounds, out of sight. Yeah, Ned Moyle is 49. Hits the ground there from the stoppage. Bounces towards Miller. Handball over the top. Didn't have it there, Swallow, for a moment. Now Humphrey, great pick up in the conditions. Just sends it forward to the toes of King. Couldn't gather. Guthrie running one way, Fiorini the other. Cats do well to clean it up. Henry clearing ball in front. Good work there from Ollie Henry. Takes the mark in the middle of the ground. He's their most dangerous forward tonight. Goes to the long ball. Wasn't a great kick. Collins cuts it off. So now the Suns can rebound off that half back line through Flanders. He goes wide with the kick. Holmes going back with the flight. Got a touch on him. It doesn't run out of bounds just yet. Great play here from Tom Berry. 2-on-1. Just the handball was a little bit ill-directed. Atkins, short little kick. Was nice to Blitzars. So the inside kick now to Guthrie. Had a brilliant year so far, Zach Guthrie. Goes long. Did well there, Collins, to bring it to ground. Now Rao, looking to give the handball at the back, give him some space. Flanders, short little kick to Ainsworth. So good work there from the Suns. Short little kick over the top to the veteran in Swallow. So now Swallow again goes long. It's going to be the story of the night, and free kick's going to go Conway's way. For his free kick to the Cats, and the crowd cheer. So now Myers runs a little bit of a snake pattern and then works the kick out wide to Dempsey. He wants to go. He goes high and long once again. Went up a bit too early there, Ollie Henry. Gives away the free kick. Oh, it's Shannon Neal. Going way too early then. Sam Collins had the free kick. What an inclusion he's been, Sam Collins, to the team. Flanders, handball over the top. The Suns can get this out of the defensive area pretty well. Goes with a long kick. Stewart couldn't mark. Probably not the best conditions for him. Did well to gather it in the end. The kick down the wing. Dempsey couldn't mark. Great work from Swallow. Just to get there, put on the pressure, knock it out of bounds. He is the heart and soul of this club. From the tap down, Parfitt went one way, then ducked back the other. Breaks off the tackle of Rao and gets it towards the 50. On the bounce there to Collins. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Dempsey at the back to Myers. Great little kick. May not have the most artistic kicking action, Brian Myers, but it always comes off nicely. It's always picture perfect. And Ollie Henry, a chance here to get his first goal of the night. So been pretty good with the set shot this year, Ollie Henry. He's kicked 15 goals, 6. Has a little bit of a run-up that I used to imitate. But it's a great finish. Unlike me, he delivers the goal. Good finish there from Ollie Henry. Cats take the lead back. I did that exact same run-up as a kid because Josh Kennedy used to do it for the West Coast Eagles. But unlike me, he kicked it from 50. I would have dribbled it to the goal square. Just a little bit of lore dump for you there, guys, of me. So that's the 9th goal of the first term. I'll find it very hard to believe this game's going to be this high scoring throughout the whole night. On the other hand, though, I don't know how the second half defensively is going to go, if it's going to be this humid throughout the whole night. Back in the middle once again. Moyle with the tap down. Conway, handball over the top towards Parfitt. Couldn't gather it. Just threw a boot at it in the end, out wide. Myers, smart little tap on. Sexton read it well, but went hard again, Bose. Parfitt went to ground, soccered it out wide, and Myers just out of his grasp. He had a brilliant first term grind, Myers. So half 40 for the Cats. In the shadows of quarter time, 54 seconds to go. Tap down, straight to Rao. Good tackle there from Conway, locked him up. The handball was still great from Rao. Jeffrey towards half forward. It's all Cats here. Stewart got a terrible bounce. Handball towards Atkins, who did well in the conditions to gather. Running backwards, though, the kick was pretty poor. It runs out of bounds. Definitely a clanger, so the umpire won't pin him for that. And just the forward side of the wing here for the Suns on the commentary side. It's 34 seconds in this first term. Moyle taps it forward. Clean clearance here from Humphrey. High ball sends it up the chimney for the Flyers. King did well to bring it to ground. Lukosius and Guthrie. Guthrie got worried out of it a little. Good work there to tackle King. Ainsworth coming through hard. May have got a high one there, Miller. Play on. Handball away. Kolajasny got wrapped up by King. It gets out the back. Cat's still okay. Bruin. Handball was a little bit too hot there for Mullen. Humphrey at the back. Anderson against the grain. Inside out a job towards the goals. Face and he kicks it wide. Right on quarter time. Suns almost had a goal late. Just went wide there from Noah Anderson. And at quarter time, the Cats lead it by 3 points. The Cats, 5 straight goals, 30 to the Gold Coast Suns, 4-3, 27. Really fast start to this game. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. This is great racing, yeah, Damo. Yeah, it is Damo. Yep, the Damo. But I can't break this feeling anymore. How you doing, Fred? What are you up to tonight? Just watching the footy? Yeah, fair enough, man. Who are you going for tonight? What happened? Oh. Oh, shut up. Ugh. Oh god, everything on my computer started to shit itself. What the hell's happening? Oh god. Oh god. Don't crap yourself. Don't be a... Oh shit. Don't. Oh god. Don't shit yourself. You stupid thing. I think it's fine. I think it was just trying to catch up to itself. I think it's fine. I may have to reset KO though. It just go away. I don't need to see it. Let me put it back on. Geelong, that's my team. Oh, okay. I think you may have said that last week. There was a dwarf planet, Humia. It looks like an AFL football. Oh, sick. It's pretty lit, bro. Humia. Oh, I probably said it wrong, didn't I? So players moving back into their positions now, guys, for the second term. High scoring first quarter. Cats were brilliant in front of goal, yet to miss. Chris Scott going back up into the coach's box. Don't know how many times they played up in Darwin Geelong, in fact. They're loving a lot of players. Danger to lose. No, they're missing a lot of players. Yeah, they are. So, second term underway. Conway in the ruck, couldn't win the tap, and Moyle. Long clearance, bouncing ball, just inside the forward 50. Lukosius had a brilliant first quarter, couldn't get the handball away. Golajazny did well, and now just goes with a thumping ball towards the wing. Stengel kept it in bounds. Hewland should gather it well. He did okay. Handball around. Now Anderson. Those two combined pretty much every single game at least 20 times. And now ricochets off of O'Connor and runs out of bounds. Yeah, the Cats are missing, who's that? Dangerfield, Tomahawk, Cameron. I don't know who Dipsy is. Sorry, I don't know which one that one is. So back in the ruck here. Moyle went it down. Rowell again through the front of the stoppage now is Swallow. Back inside 50 they go. Brought it to ground there, Atkins. O'Connor gives it off to Golajazny. Dangerous kick, missed Cam Guthrie. Not really sighted so far in the first term. Swallow knocks it out of bounds. Oh, yeah, hang on, a bit of a push and shove. Here we go. Clousey meeting up with Guthrie. Two players opposite ends of their career. Looks like Clousey may have gone to Brian Myers, in fact. So maybe a little bit of a, maybe not so much a tagging role, but just maybe watching him at the stoppages, because Myers did have a damaging first term. So Conway brings it down. Guthrie. And now Bowes clearing ball out the back of the stoppage, though, was Flanders. Tried to step around trouble. Gave the handball to Sexton, and he missed the handball. Now Henry thumps the long ball forward, but it's all Gold Coast now with Collins. Has an eternity with the football, and then Kicks it short to Flanders, who had a brilliant first quarter. Out wide to Clousey. So now Closey or Clousey. I'm going to call him Clousey. Works back inside, then thumps the long ball for Moyle. Got two hands to it. Did well Conway to worry him out of it. Holmes the long handball to Bose, who goes with a tumble punt forward. Rowan in front. Good spoil from the back there from Ballard. Flanders just out of his grasp. Myers coming through. Couldn't bring it with him. Anderson back to Ballard, who goes back inside the forward 50. Ainsworth did okay against the much taller Conway. But now they can clean it up here, the Cats. Holmes thumps a long dumping kick forward. Neal up against Collins. Collins, smart little play. May have been thwarted there by Close. Great work there from Myers. As I say that, he turns it over. So Collins once again having a few touches early in this second term. Not really a prolific player, Sam Collins, but does the job every single week. Brilliant defender. Rowell inside handball. Oh, met hard there by Tui. Luckily didn't lift him and tackle him to the ground. Did actually pretty well in the safety way to do it. Henry thumps the long ball forward again. Just cut off easily there by the Suns defenders. This time it's Sexton. Oh, what a dreadful kick. Almost turned it over, Henry. What was that kick? Are they missing the Cats players on the field right now? I mean, they're wearing a blue jumper against green grass. I don't think it's that hard to see. Maybe it's... Oh, they didn't concede anyway. Fuck, anyway. Don't worry about it. Nonetheless, streaming off the half-back line now is Euland. Thumps the long ball towards Long. Did well to bring it to ground. And Lukosius, been dangerous all night. Did a routine thing. And went with the ball across the face, but much closer, Ben Ainsworth. So Ainsworth. Get the Suns back in front. Comes around the body, snaps on goal. Great finish there from Ainsworth. Suns get the first goal in the second term. So a good finish there from Ainsworth. Great little pass there. Lukosius could have blazed away at goal. He would have had every right to do so. He's already got 3. That'd have been his 4th goal. But decided to do the team thing, switch it up. And a good finish in the end. So now we're back into the middle now. Conway brings it down. Bruin got a high one, so he'll get the clearance if the Cats. And 50. So David Swallow was supposed to give the ball back, trying to do the smart thing almost and hold it just a little bit extra second longer. Umpire wasn't falling for it. And Bruin's been brought right inside the forward 50, almost 35 metres out. The man on the mark is now. Don't know if that's a bit... maybe a bit... Oh, I think that's pretty fair enough. So now Tanner Bruin. Hasn't kicked the goal this season. He sits straight in front of goal. It holds that right goal post, but fades back just enough, and the Cats are back in front. Straight goal kicking, keeping the Cats right in this second term. And right in this game at the moment. So Cats obviously coming off 2 straight losses and gave up their number 1 spot on the ladder to the Sydney Swans. And now the Swans have a 1-game lead. Why are we looking at the goal umpire? Why is this cameraman so fixated on that goal umpire? I don't know why. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. Costly place to give away 50. So Moy with a tap down. Rao going against Bose here. Tapped it towards Miller. They'll take the advantage of the Suns. No, they won't. Oh. Okay, yes, they will, which now they've turned it over. Guthrie gives over the handball to Mullen. Had a brilliant game last week coming on as the sub. He takes a second bounce here, Mullen. He streams inside 50, goes long towards Rowan. Should have marked it in the end. Went for the chest mark and then lost it. Andrew held it up just long enough for Clousey to break away. And now the Suns can stream off the half-back line. The kick inside towards Humphrey. Should have marked, dropped it. Conway, Stewart. And now streaming again now is Kolajasny. Goes for the long ball. Henry chucked one arm up. Couldn't mark. And now Jeffrey. Wide looking kick, too wide. And runs out of bounds in front of Clousey. The early stages, second term. High scoring start to this game. 69 points on the board between both the teams. Conway brings it down Bowes. Fumbled it a little bit. Now Dempsey just sends a high ball. Going to be hard to mark in the conditions. Hewlin just says, get it out of there. Thumps it out of bounds. Yeah, it's going to be hard to grab the ball cleanly in this game. He didn't even call the advantage. Anyway, whatever. Moyle taps it down. In front is Parford. Just got the handball away in time. Stengel throws a boot at it and bounces it another 15 metres forward and runs out of bounds. Pretty much next to the point post here at the Cats' end. Tap down there from Conway. Now Flanders got the handball away to Rowell, dribbling ball towards Humphrey. Did want to trap it then. And now Clousey, short little kick down the wing. It's very nice. And Long can turn and go now. He goes long, one-on-one here is Day against Kolajasny. 1-2, Day went to ground at the crucial stage. And Holmes did well to recover. Short little kick to Dempsey. He wants to go, he gives it back to Holmes. About to get a solid hit. He gave it back to Dempsey. Took a bounce. Interesting. Atkins, smart move, little tap on. Now Guthrie, back to Atkins, who's just taken out of bounds. Suns getting into it a little bit. Push and shove a little bit. But maybe a little bit of a high little shove into Atkins there. Umpire didn't see it. Moyle, handball out wide, looking for Miller. Slocketed it off the ground. Ricochets off of Stewart. Now the Cats can go on the turnover. Close to Bowes. Tumble punt towards Rowan. Did want to bring it to ground there, Rowan. Breaks back inside, but the Suns have the numbers here. Ballard back to Miller. He goes long once again. Stewart met hard. Hits the ground. Long's got a fight here. He did really well there, Ben Long. Now Humphrey goes with a long kick. Will it stay in bounds? It won't. Just out of bounds on the full there. And Henry will take the quick kick. So now O'Connor. Short little ball to Bruin. So right now, Geelong in their defensive 50. Both teams have got one goal in this second term. So now O'Connor goes with a long ball. Mac Andrew couldn't mark. Did well there, Henry, to bring it to ground. Soccer off the ground there from Stengel towards Tui. Feigns the give. Then gave it off to Dempsey. He's got to have to track it now. Jeffrey did well. But now Dempsey out the back to Tui. Tumble punt forward. Couldn't grab it there, Parfit. Dug in and under. Handball wasn't the best. Hewland gives it off to Rowell out the side. It did brilliantly to Ainsworth. Tracking back for his team. Long couldn't mark it. Teams find it really hard to mark now in the second quarter. So Long just smacks it back to Ainsworth. And did well there, Stewart. Smothered it. Knocked it out of bounds. Really hard for both teams at the moment to grab the ball cleanly. In fact, it was Guthrie with that great smother. Blitzars taps it down. Parfit try to worry Flanders out of it. Myers at the back to Bruin. Left foot ball inside 50. Rowan got two hands to it again. Couldn't mark. Mac Andrew just thumps it away. Myers about to get shut down by Berry. Just got a handball away. No, he didn't. He got pinned. Great defensive pressure there from the Suns. Flanders gets the free kick. So he works it sideways now to Mac Andrew. 11 free kicks to 2 on the free kick count if anyone's wondering. Suns way. Nonetheless, Sexton, Euland, the handball came off a little bit shonky, but on the bounce there, did well the Suns to work it out. Now Johnston, an NT native as well. So now Johnston wants to switch it inside. Dangerous kick, but Lukosius marks, and Lukosius goes long. One-on-one here is Day. Great grab. Was up against the smaller man in Zach Guthrie, and the kick was just brilliant. Pinpoint there from Jack Lukosius. And Sam Day. Chance here to get the Suns back in front. Comes around on the left. Oh, the ball just didn't bend. For some reason just stayed too straight there, Sam Day. That snap-on goal, and it's just a minor. So, Tom Stewart to take the kick in. It's a good mark there from Day. So now Stewart goes straight down the middle of the ground. Neal got two hands to it, dropped another mark. Myers worried out of it by Flanders. Rao runs a little 180 and then goes long towards Humphrey. Did well there, Jack Henry, to bring it to ground. Johnston, great pick up in the conditions. Looking for the 1-2. Kick across his body, just missed it. Stewart did well to keep it in front of him. Humphrey tracking it down. Did well there to bring it across. There was Berry. Now Anderson to Rao. Low little kick was brilliant. Couldn't mark there Fiorini. Ducked out of one. Ducked out of two. Bailey Humphrey snaps on goal. Great finish. Great goal there from Bailey Humphrey. As I said a little bit earlier in the game, had a massive last quarter last week. 12 touches, 7 inside 50s, couple of scoring shots. Great finish there as well. Broke past two tacklers and was able to snap it truly. So here we go, back in the middle, Mac Andrew into the ruck contest. Could be dangerous in the middle, but Swallow gets the clearance, tumbling ball. Not really too much artful stuff about it, but it gets forward. Day, off to Long, snaps it to the top of the goal square for the dangerous King. It lands on the ground, did well there, Jack Henry to knock it through for a rush behind, but the Suns starting to have a little couple of dangerous moments in the last few minutes. So now Zach Guthrie thumps the long ball down the wing. Euland up against Blitzers. Brought it to ground. The Euland did well. Swallow. And now the Suns work it through. Hands out the back. Fiorini thumps the long ball. In the front spot there was Guthrie. Let it go. Gold Coast with the defensive pressure. Who's going to win out? Spills out now to Guthrie. Johnston wraps him up. And they lock it in here, the Suns. We're about to tick over 10 minutes in this second quarter. First half at the moment. Day up against Blitzers, brought it down. Streaming through hard again was Humphrey, couldn't gather it. Little slocker out the back there from Long. Great little tap on. And now the Suns finish it perfectly. Great finish there from the veteran, David Swallow. So for the first time tonight, the scoreline the margin goes over 10 points. The Suns doing really well in the past few minutes. Great work there from Ben Long, just to soccer it into space. He knew Rao was out the back, and then the great clean movement from both him and Swallow. Good finish. So now Blitzers taps it down. towards Miller and Bowes. Both go to ground. Free kick's going to be ripped out. It's going to go Miller's way. So the Suns just getting on top in the past few minutes. Sexton looking for the handball. Not going to get it. Miller decides to go long again. Stewart got pushed in the back a little bit. Play on. And now it's going to be... No, now it is going to be a free kick to Tom Stewart. Umpire did see it in the end. Who are you going for tonight, Berenari, anyway? Sorry, I was just wondering. Yeah, 12 scoring shots to 6, exactly. So now Stewart goes long once again, going across with Swallow. Again, he's looked pretty good so far tonight. Myers links up with Holmes. Long handball. They do okay here, the Cats. Blizzards the Bows, bouncing ball. They're at the back here. Close. He's going to get met hard by Ballard. Did well to get the handball at the back to Rowan. Short little kick. Oh, Neal drops a sitter. Hard in the conditions, but still. Dempsey couldn't mark. Couldn't gather it though. Anderson at the back. Lukosius and now Ballard. Thumps it back down the wing. Good kick on the lead. There was Day. Handball inside to Miller. They can link up here, the Suns. It's David Swallow again. He goes long for long. And he marks it. No, he got the free kick. Ben Long. Goes long for Long and Long marks. He's had a pretty good game so far, Ben Long. Is also another NT native. So at the moment, this would get it to a 17-point margin. And you would expect both teams to tire in the second half. Looks like he's setting up for the little bit of banana here. Ben Long, and he gets it through. Good finish. Ben Long gets the check side to work it through nicely. And the Suns now lead by 17 points. So a good finish there from Ben Long. Going for the Gold Coast, but only because I have a couple of bucks on them. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, so you've been there for a while though, Ben Nari. I know. I think you were at the streams last year. I'm pretty sure. So back in the middle we go. Cats need to get back into this one pretty quickly. Moyle tapped it forward for Miller, who's being held again. He's going to get the free kick again. I think Miller's got about 4 free kicks tonight. All have been warranted. He goes long once again. King couldn't mark out the back. Sakocious. Handball over the top. A little bit of Hollywood style. And now Sam Day thumps it through. The Suns are hot on the NT right now. Right now, they're looking the goods of the Gold Coast. And the Cats don't really have a lot of the experience they would usually rely on in these stages. 23 points down at the moment. These aren't the conditions the Cats are known to play in. Young kids are playing throughout most of the lines in their team. And right now, the Suns are on top. Jack Lukosius having a brilliant first half to this game. 3 goals, as they said on the commentary just then. He's had 3 goal assists as well. He's been everywhere so far. Been best on ground for the Gold Coast in the first half. He continues this form. He's going to be getting 3 votes. Ned Moyle, I've actually got to give him kudos. He's had a really good start to this game. Suns are hot. I know, that's pretty good. I'm sure no one's ever thought of that in the fuck. I bet you no commentator has ever said that. Oh, come on. You can't reverse that. They're not going to... Hang on. You can't reverse that. No way. There's no definitive evidence that he's touched that. Okay. Okay, the goal is confirmed. I was going to say, if they fucking reverse that, there is no way you can overturn that and say it's definitively touched. Anyway, back in the middle we go. Suns starting to take real dominance in this second term. Swallow again. Swallow of old in this second term. Spins out of trouble and Rao just thumps it off the ground. Johnston up against Holmes, and Holmes happy to take it out of bounds. Take a bit of a breather. The Suns, it's going to be difficult to see what they do in this second half, how they play it. It's going to be a lot more. They'll be off a 5-day break, playing up in the NT last week as well, if they will tire. So maybe a big lead for them in this second term is the best thing for them. Parfitt to sort it out of bounds once again. Right now, the Cats have really got to rely on some younger players. Maybe even, I don't know, Tom Stewart has been trained in the middle at times. Maybe he goes in there for a couple of stoppages. Moyle brings it straight down as far as Parfitt. Fane the give did well to Myers. Been a little bit quieter in the second term. The kick inside. Mac Andrew read it well. Oh, bounces off a teammate. And now the Cats can make them pay on the counter. Henry, handball over the top to Parfitt. Tui on 50. Got a nice bounce. Takes his time. Kicks on goal. Leaves it out wide. And their first minor score of the night from Zach Tui. Yeah, Mac Andrew is injured, has run into 2 of his teammates tonight, and nearly has conceded 1 goal, 1 for his troubles. Do you think he'll get suspended? His eyes were on the footy. I will say that though. Mac Andrew actually limping off the ground, so he's a little bit, and so is Ben Ainsworth. Both the doctor and the physio are out there just to check on their players. I think Ben Ainsworth's okay. I think he just got an elbow from Mac Andrew. A little bit of friendly fire, and Mac Andrew trying to just steadily get off the ground. Oh, I got an elbow to the face. Mac Andrew's just had a bit of an off night so far. I think he's had some really good moments, but he's just made a couple of errors, and he's taken out teammates. So, you know, a bit all over the shop there from Mac Andrew. Love how he plays, though. He's had a brilliant season so far. They want him back in the second half at least. So now Jeffrey, short little ball to Sexton. He stands at half back. New role for him this year. Goes long, Henry. At the back, King. Hasn't had much so far, but he did well there. Moyle gives it off to Berry. Did well there, Parfitt to track him down. Swallow tried to go off the ground, missed it. Bose got the handball away. Just on as far as Fiorini, who gets wrapped up by Atkins. You're not breaking an Atkins tackle. And he will be called for a ball up. He got suplexed up to the collision, Andrew. Yeah, he did too. So now gets the clearance here. The Cats through Colajazny. High ball. Collins did well to bring it to ground. Going in hard there was Sexton. Didn't really disguise that one too well. But the umpire says it's well enough. 22-point margin. Just over 6 minutes to go in this second term. Suns have got the last 4 goals. Tap down forward there from Conway. Parfitt did well to gather it. Handball just a little bit too much on it there for close. Rao handball out wide. Hewland. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go the Suns' way again. So Matt Rao will get the free kick in the half-back line. Good to see a lot of Suns fans there tonight. So now Rao goes long. King. Good grab in the conditions. Good grab anytime. Been quiet so far, but he's doing a good role for his team. Long ball for Lukosius. Couldn't mark. Berry on the ground. Trying to deliver it back to Lukosius. Threw a boot at it. Everything's going right for Jack so far. Pumps it forward. But Stewart has the time. Just sends it down the wing. Jack Henry maybe set forward a little bit. Got worried out of it. Did well there. The Suns through long. Anderson. He can stream to 50. Broke past Dempsey. Gives it off to Jeffrey. Who stepped past one with ease. Goes towards goal. Great finish. His native fans loved it. And the Suns lead by 28 points. Great finish there from Joel Jeffrey. Playing at half back. And that was a classy finish. I already said that, Darcy. You watching the stream. He said it was a classy finish. I said that first. Yeah, they're being a lot stronger over the ball too, which is something that they need. That they were gonna like the Cats were gonna struggle with tonight because their midfield isn't as experienced as the Suns. I'm not saying the Cats are out of it yet because I do think they do have enough experience to get themselves back into this game. But I'll be interested to see how the Cats, attack the second half. Miller gives it off to Anderson. Handballs a long ball to Rao. The 3 link up. Short little kick. Oh, that is brilliant footy from the Suns. And now Ben Long, a chance here to get the lead over 5 goals. And some may have thought they would be tired in this game. They are running all over the ground at the moment, making the Cats look second-rate in this second quarter. So now Ben Long. The native NT players really showcasing their stuff in this game so far. We saw Joel Jeffrey kick the last one, and Ben Long gets the next one. Good finish. Out by 34 points. 6 goals in quick succession right now for the Gold Coast. And the Cats have some issues. They're on track at the moment to lose 3 in a row. So Conway taps it forward. Atkins couldn't get there. Flanders again. Handball got disrupted well by Myers. Conway sends it forward. Ulan just kicks it off the ground, says to get it out of there. Dempsey tracking it down here with Clousey on the outer side. Clousey did well. Jeffrey, little dance step around Bruin. Did well, and the kick inside was brilliantly done. Miller gives it off to Anderson. The Suns are running all over them at the moment. He goes long. High ball. Lukosius against Stewart. Lukosius able to bring it to ground. Humphrey pushed his opponent under it. Couldn't gather. Stewart as he's... mishandled it terribly. Humphrey gets tracked down by Guthrie. Escorted over the boundary line. And it's out of bounds. Forward pocket here for the Suns. Just under 4 minutes to go in this first half. Suns have had a brilliant first half. This second term has been immense. Probably since the 15-minute mark of the quarter. Suns have just blitzed them. Day taps it down. Humphrey coming through. Rao just tried to burst through about 6 of them. Parfitt's kick away. Bruin couldn't mark Dempsey. Thumps the long ball outside the defensive 50. Ulan standing under it with Stengel. Ulan thumped it away. Bouncing ball. Miller. Jeffrey, a little bit too hot for him. Moyle threw that to Miller, but the umpire gave him a reprieve. Sexton. Oh, the little dance step. Part of the season went long towards Lukosius again. Stewart thumps it away. And outside the defensive 50 for the Cats, the umpire will be able to throw it in once again. That was a great little move there from Alex Sexton. So Damien Hardwick been pretty happy with this second term. His team having a 34-point lead. So the umpire throws it in again. Conway wraps up with Moyle. Conway will get the clearance in the middle of the ground on the bounce. Jeffrey read it well. Got dragged again. That wasn't a legal disposal. Stengel handball over the top. They've got a little bit of overlap here, the Cats. Myers lets the traffic pass him. Gives it off to Holmes, who goes towards goal. Just out of the grasp of Neal and goes to the right-hand side. So a couple of opportunities in this term from the Cats have been missed. So 33 points to the margin. Collins has the footy. Switches it now to Sexton. Had a brilliant first half. He takes a bounce. Goes long now in front of the interchange gates. The Gold Coast had the numbers out the back here through Ben King. He realised there was no one around him. Says, I'm going long, boys. Thumps a long ball. Gets out the back of Long. Now Kolajasny switches it short. And he finds O'Connor. So about to tick under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Goes with a long ball. Jack Henry. at half-back, right on the defensive 50 line, takes the mark. Oh, he breaks past Ainsworth, taking a long run, and the umpire calls him for running too far. It's all going wrong for the Cats in the second quarter. The pressure from Ainsworth was just enough to make Jack Henry take those extra steps to break away from him without his bouncing. I'm not going to count the steps for you because I don't want to sound like a bit of a weirdo, but anyway. It's too small a ground for any mistakes. So we're seeing this before we saw it going goal for goal. Yeah, the Cats are making a lot of mistakes at the moment. So now he thumps the long ball, Ainsworth. Cats have the numbers here. Henry almost got a free kick. Now Parfitt taken out of bounds by Ben Long. And in the shadows of half-time, Suns have a chance here to get this lead to almost 40 points. Mac Andrews back on the field now. That's good to see for the Suns. Day up against Conway, who just stepped through a couple, did nicely. The inside-outer kick, Rowan did well to thump it away from Moyle, and it's out of bounds. Cats would love one late here, just to get back within 5 goals. A lot of concerns at the moment for Chris Scott. Conway couldn't get rid of it. Now more threw that away there, Conway. Umpire says, oh, that's all right. Myers kicks it down the wing on the bounce. Going back hard with Sexton. Left the ball behind. Stengel, the blitzers, for some reason put the arm out to put a fend off, but left the ball behind. And then it was a high fend off free to Sexton. So a late chance here for the Suns with a minute to play. Sexton goes long towards 50. King and Conway did well to bring it to ground. Miller, handball over the top to space. The Cats have the numbers here. Stewart got the handball away to Tui, who dove across like a slips catch. And then he gets the handball out the back for Parfitt. Kick forward wasn't the greatest, and Flanders has scored it out of bounds. Yeah, I agree, Captain. If they were to move an AFL team, I don't think they would move them up to the NT. I think they would want their own team. But the Suns, I think, could do it. Even if they had half games there, half games in the Gold Coast, I don't know. Maybe that's too much to ask. Conway with the tap down. Anderson on the spin, couldn't get rid of it. Myers' handball was too hot there for Close, who just thumps a boot at it. And that'll be insufficient intent. We'll go the Gold Coast free kick. So now Mac Andrew. Chance here for a late goal here from the Suns. Thumps the long ball. Blitzers. Little bit of perceived pressure. Just gets it out of bounds. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, the Northern Suns. Tap down there from Conway. Little dribbler bounce there from Took Miller, couldn't gather. And again, it runs out of bounds. I think the Suns would be pretty happy with a 34-point lead. They would love another one. They've just been peppering in the last few minutes, just trying to get it forward. Darwin loves them more than the Gold Coast. Yeah, I think that's probably fair enough. Moyle takes the front spot, tries to thump it forward on the bounce. Parfitt gets boots the ball towards the wing. Sexton couldn't mark. Did well to gather it on the bounce though. 7 seconds. Can they get a late one? Towards the inside 50. Guthrie did well to bring it to ground. Swallow tries to worry him out of it. Seconds tick down. Thumps the ball into his face. Graham Myers there, David Swallow. You flog. No, I love David Swallow, but that was a little bit unlucky. And nonetheless, that is half-time. And the Gold Coast Suns, with an absolutely massive second term, 6 goals in a row, broke the margin out to a 33-point lead to the Gold Coast. 11-5-71 to the Cats, 6-2-38. Alright guys, we'll be back in about 20 minutes or so with the second half. Guys, welcome back to the Boundary Riders podcast, episode 63 today, and of course we have a lot to talk about. We'll be covering some interesting news about the injury dramas throughout the weekend. We'll also be taking a look at some interesting information regarding the fixture coming up very soon. We're going to be talking about St Kilda, and of course our fan favourite segment in the Flog of the Week. We've also got our tips, AFL fantasy breakdown, and everything in between. So guys, let's roll the intro and get straight into it. And then Rankin from the pocket, don't tell me, Isaac Rankin!
Yeah.
He's just got the license for a brothel.
Well, I think Gather Round's going to be more than AFL this next season.
It's at the handle at the back. Nick Dacos to get the pies home. He's done it! So guys, of course we've got a little absentee today. My brother, who usually does the podcast with me, I think he's done it for about 20 odd episodes, 30 episodes in a row now. He's at work today and we couldn't have any other time to do it this week, so he won't be here. So this may be a little bit more of a shorter podcast. This is not really like much talking between both of us, but yeah, I mean, I'll be doing the podcast today and hopefully we'll be back next week. So obviously his job's a lot more important than our podcast that gets maybe 70 or 80 listens across Spotify and YouTube. So, you know, obviously he's being selfish, I think. But anyway, let's get into the episode. So I want to just cover a couple of things, like the news topics that are happening throughout the last few days. So we'll get into the injuries in a second. But something that dropped today was the AFL fixture. Hasn't been dropped yet, so don't say that, but the rounds between round 16 and 23. So obviously the AFL have done the first 15 rounds that have done the scheduling. They went to Sam McClure and asked him if they should drop it every 2 weeks. So then everyday Australians, you know, who gives a fuck about them as long as Sam McClure's happy, that's fine. But fucking idiot. Anyway, he was very lucky not to get that bloody flog of the week nomination last week. But anyway, Riley Beveridge has just put out a post or a article. Fuck me, I suck at this. So he put out a post on the AFL website saying that Thursday night has been shut down really about the AFL between round 16 to 23. So he says here that the AFL is close to revealing the dates for the timings of the games between round 16 and 18, but it is not likely to feature any Thursday night games. Despite the time slot proving a raging success in the first half of the season, the league has already scheduled a record 14 Thursday night games this season, 3 more than last year, and are planning to rebuild more when the new broadcast agreement starts in 2025. Did they get rid of Channel 7? Because I really hope they did. I don't think they did. Fuck's sake. The new $4.5 billion deal, which is signed in September 2022, starts next season, mandates that the first 15 rounds of the season must feature a Thursday night game to be broadcast on Channel 7 and 7 Digital Plus. Well, that's good for people who don't have Channel 7 or a antenna connection. I think that is just ridiculous that you have to have a connection to the antenna in your phone, in your TV, because yeah, I just think it's ridiculous. Like, who the fuck does that? I don't even know if I have one in this house, an antenna connection. I mean, I have KO, so I'm fine, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who like move into places and have to find a way to get an antenna connection just to watch games on Channel 7. Or whatever. I mean, I think now you should just buy KO. But let's be honest, the KO isn't exactly a flawless place to use it anyway. So, yeah, it's not exactly the greatest. So I'll just put that out there. But it does seem that 15 games next year on Thursday night. But it does seem that, unfortunately, we're not going to be getting any Thursday games between round 16 and 24, which I think is really disappointing. I don't know why they wouldn't. They've said it's a raging success. We've had basically every single game every single round this year have a Thursday night game, and they've all been very good. We've streamed a lot of them on the channel, and a lot of you guys like them. A lot of you are watching the streams, or at least watching the games and telling me about it, and I don't know why they wouldn't. So it just seems such a stupid idea. Maybe it is because of the agreement next year. They just want to put things in place. Let's move on to a couple of injury news over the weekend. First one is Worrell for the Crows, who came off late against the Lions. We talked about that in the review. He's out for 8 to 12 weeks, which is really disappointing. He's had a wonderful season so far for Adelaide. And with the Crows pretty down back, they've already lost Nick Murray, and he's been gone for quite a while. But yeah, it's just going to be tough for them down there. And the Crows already aren't the greatest defensive team in the competition. So that's going to be really interesting how they reshape down there. Jeremy Howe will miss 3 weeks with his injury that he got against West Coast. Unfortunate for him, but I'm sure Collingwood can cover him. Jamie Elliott, I think, is a big loss. He's going to be set to miss 2 to 3 weeks. We have a quote here saying, I think it's from, the high performance manager at Collingwood, saying, it's very disappointing news for Jamie, who will spend 2 to 3 weeks on a modified training program as he recovers from a vascular issue. So I don't know, that's very interesting. So hopefully he returns, because Collingwood are getting a little bit of an injury toll coming up now. We're seeing Tom Mitchell, Jordan De Goey as well. So a couple of them are starting to mount up for Collingwood, and they just got into the 8. So we'll have to see how Collingwood could continue at the moment, because they have been in good form. They did draw to probably the best team they've played in the last 5 weeks was Essendon, and they drew that game. So we just have to see how they pan out. At the moment, Collingwood, they have the Crows next week. We'll talk about that more in the tips. But very interesting times for Collingwood. Hopefully they don't get too many more injuries for their sake, because I think Adelaide are a bit of a dark horse to beat them this weekend. But let's talk about the last injury I want to talk about, which is Tom McCartan. Now, obviously, this was last week when he got that hit against Callum Brown. It does seem that he will be out again for Sydney, which is really disappointing, obviously with concussion. They have said that he is fine, but they want to just take the precautionary route and just rule him out for this week as well. But this brings me to my first main topic of the video that I want to talk about, is the concussion issue in the Cats game last weekend. So Jeremy Cameron, he hit his head on the ground late in the game. The doctor talked to him on the ground. He didn't come off for the protocol, the 20-minute break, the 20-minute HIA. He didn't come off for that. And this was about 10 minutes to go in the game against Port Adelaide. He didn't come off. Now, this happened to Port Adelaide last year, and they got a massive fine. Now, they have said that it's been delayed concussion for the Geelong, and now Jeremy Cameron will miss the game against the Gold Coast Suns up in Darwin. Very interesting, because it's up in Darwin. I don't think they were going to play. I think they were going to rest Tom Hawkins anyway. So maybe they're just going to rest Jeremy Cameron not rest, but I think it's very interesting that they've just they've said that it's delayed concussion. Like, very strange to me. I don't know if I'm looking too much into it. I don't know, but it seems very strange that he's came off with delayed concussion after when he landed on the ground in the game. He looked dazed. Now, I'm not a doctor, obviously, shocker, but that just seemed very strange to me. Now, the reason why I bring this up is today the AFL have ruled out the idea of neutral doctors after the Cats' concussions. The league has ruled out the use of independent doctors during the games in the wake of the Geelong star Jeremy Cameron's controversial concussion. Now, look, I assumed that they did have a neutral doctor. I thought they did. I thought they put that in last year when the HIA stuff started to really, the AFL started to take a lot more seriously. But apparently, Andrew Dillon, the new CEO of the AFL, has said that he is against the concept. We have got doctors at the clubs, and I don't think they need to be an independent one because they have got the best interest of the players in mind. Now, he also said that's what they're employed to do, and that's what they're there for. So, I get that argument, but we've already seen this year. It was last week when Ross Lyon had Darcy Jones coming off the ground, the young kid. And he was going to come off with the doctors who were trying to get him off the ground. And because Ross Lyon didn't, he saw the footage and said, it didn't hit his head, so he's fine to stay on. So the doctor got chucked off the ground and the player got pushed back onto the ground. So clearly the coach does have a influence on the doctors trying to help the players. Because at the end of the day, it's a job for the coach, it's a job for everyone. And if the doctor, let's say, it was late in an important game for the Cats, they were losing against Port Adelaide. If the doctor's saying, look, we need to check on Jeremy Cameron here, what you would sort of understand Chris Scott saying, we need him out there, can't you just hold off until the end of the game? You can see that. As long as Jeremy Cameron is stable and can still move properly, delayed concussion, they can come up with that excuse the next day. Now, I know a lot of people would say, I'm looking too much into it. You're just trying to make a headline. It's like, bro, 80 people watch this. Give me a break. But also, why is it okay? Why have Geelong not been really seriously been investigated? Because Port Adelaide got huge fines last year for letting Tom Jonas play on, and was it Lear, I believe, last year? I believe that was the case. But I just think it's very just unbelievable at the very least that Jeremy Cameron didn't come off in that game, because I was watching it. That was half time, I think, of the Swans game. I was watching the end of it, and I thought he was going to get looked at. The doctor came to him, talked to him for a little bit, but we know that's not what the HIA is. That's not the HIA. Is him standing there and telling him like his birthday. Like, if you can remember what he had for breakfast this morning, that's not the HIA protocols. I assume they're not. So I just think that's very strange that. I don't want to sit here and just put out it's Victorian bias, because I think I think there's some merit to it, but I do think it doesn't accustom to everything that the issue aligns to, because I don't think it is just the AFL aren't looking at it because it's a Victorian issue. I think that the AFL also have in mind that it's a business, and the likes of players like Jeremy Cameron coming off at that moment in the game, it's a bit of a business move, I would say. Maybe I'm looking too conspiratorial into this sort of issue. Maybe I'm just, fucking out there right now. Fucking, there's aliens in the fucking water. I don't know, but fucking hell. With my brother here, I just start to rant like a fucking lunatic. Don't know. Anyway, I like the idea of independent doctors being there, and I think that they probably should be implemented at some stage, even if it's just one during the game that can just, even if it's just for concussion, just to have them there just in case, so they can overrule the doctor and say, hey, this needs to be looked at, and then it gets looked at the end of it, then at least the players are in mind. But to say that the doctors at the clubs, they're there for the minds of the players. They are, but at the end of the day, their boss and their bosses, like the clubs, the coaches, all that sort of stuff, at the end of the day, they're there to get wins. They're there to get their club to be successful. So there's a lot more facets at play than just saying, oh, well, it's his job, he'll do it. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure there's people in the past who have had to do stuff in their job that they're not really supposed to, because it's just going to get something done quicker or easier, or it's just going to be something that has to be done, So, I just think that maybe an independent doctor should be implemented. I think that's a good idea, and I don't think it should be just dismissed straight away. Hopefully that sounded a little bit more coherent than what I started that off with by just talking about aliens in the water. Maybe we'll get there in the end. Hopefully some people are understanding. So, next I want to talk about St Kilda, because they've had a pretty horrible season so far. We've got to be honest. And I know a St Kilda supporter may come around and say, oh, shut up, bro. They're just on a rebuild, bro. They were, in the top 4 at this point last year? Oh, at least in the top 8. Let's just put it that way. I'm not sure. I do remember they started 4-0 last year. They were in hot form, and they nearly beat Collingwood in round 5 and Gather Round. I do remember that. They were in some good form. They were a good team, and they were very good defensively. They did struggle a little bit, getting goals at stages, but they didn't have that many issues. At the moment, I don't want to quote Kane Corns too much, but he is making a good point about the fact that Ross Lyon is making so many excuses right now. Now, I do think the Port game, there was a huge differential in free kicks. So just to say that, oh, well, that's just an excuse. I mean, there's a little bit of merit to it, but you can't. The basic fact is, Port Adelaide had about nearly double the amount of scoring shots. You were not in that game of footy. So to act like the free kick count was the only, to make that excuse and make that the merit for why the Saints lost, that's a bit, I don't know, a bit out there. And for him to keep on saying, look, I don't want to make it as an excuse. Hey, Ross, it's a fucking excuse, bro. Just say it. I'd rather you own up to it and say it's an excuse than say, oh, well, it's not really an excuse, but I did actually see the free kick count, and it was 29-8. But I'm not excusing that. Obviously, umpires can make a different decision. Look, you're making an excuse. Fair enough, okay? So, I just want to double look at a couple of things. I looked it up I was on lunch at work. Anyway, I looked at the ins and outs for St Kilda, from last year in the off-season, the main ones. So, I'm looking at trades. St Kilda brought in, I want to look at one draft pick that they picked up, and one, I think it was a delisted free agent. And I want to look at their outs. So, the ins for St Kilda last year, we had Riley Bonner, Liam Henry, Paddy Dow, and Darcy Jones. So, Paddy Dow is yet to play a game. He's playing in the VFL currently, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in next week. I think he is kind of the similar midfielder to what they already have, but I do think they'll probably give him a go. Liam Henry does give them something different. He was his first game back against Hawthorn, so he has had a good start. I think that's good. Riley Bonner, I think, has given them something. He's absolutely dominating in AFL fantasy, which I think Ross Lyon's a big fan of, so I'll give him kudos there. And Darcy Jones, he has been a standout. He's been a great start to his career. I'll give that 100%. So, no issues there. Now, St Kilda's outs. Jay Gresham, Nick Caulfield, Jack Billings. Jack Billings wasn't playing in the team last year. I think he played 4 or 5 senior games. Nick Caulfield was injured for the whole of last year. And he did play. Caulfield played to play, I think, a couple of games for the Bulldogs early, but then got injured. So, he's been injury prone. So, 2 losses that didn't mean anything. And then Jay Gresham. Now, look, I think they've got coverage for Jay Gresham. Maybe Jack Higgins would have been that, and he has been injured. So maybe him and Butler being injured, maybe stopping their goal woes a little bit. But they have not lost a lot from last year. In fact, I think they've got a better list this year than they did last year. And now they're currently sitting in 14th with 3 wins, I believe. And they're sitting above Hawthorn, who have got a very young list. And I just can't see why St Kilda aren't getting more question. Because, let's be honest, they have won... I know I said this in the video essay that I made about St Kilda. But being a supporter of them must be the most frustrating... Actually, I don't know if I did say this, but must be one of the most frustrating things in your life to be a St Kilda supporter, because they give you hope every now and then. Like last year with the fucking team that they had. They got all the way to the qualifying final when no one expected them to make finals. You know, they give you some hope. They're like, okay, if we can make the finals on the back of a team that, you know, isn't really there, we can go even better next year. And now they're sitting in 14th spot, and, you know, they really only... I mean, they beat North Melbourne, but they beat them by like 35 points. That's the lowest loss that North Melbourne have had this year. So, if you're not banking a 10-goal win against them, you're not playing that well. So, to sit there and, you know, make excuses all you want, I get it. But also, you had a better list this year, Ross, than you did last year, and you're performing much, much worse. So I don't understand, or I do understand, he is probably under pressure. I do think that is. And I don't really like to sit there and, you know, put him down because other people are as well. Because obviously the footy media now is picked on him for a week. Last week it was Luke Beveridge. They got a good win, so he's off the market. Now it's Ross Lyon. So I think it's a little bit unfair, but also they do have a decent point. You haven't done much this year, and it's unfortunate because how much longer does St Kilda have to wait for success? Remember, they made the finals in 2020 in the COVID year. They made the semi-final, but look, a lot of people don't count that year, and personally I don't really either, because it was a COVID year. And it was so much disruption in the whole season that it was amazing that we even got a season, to be honest with you. I'm having a drink of coffee. I'm sorry if that's a little bit of a pause. Deal with it. I'll try to cut that out if I remember, but also got to try and cut up a lot of other stuff while I'm making a new video essay. Anyway, back to St Kilda. I just hope that for them that they do get some success very soon, because it is very demoralising in the AFL for teams like St Kilda to not have any sort of success, and not really much on the horizon either. Like I talked about North Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. How are they going to grow a fan base in 10 years' time if they're sitting at this position? Because there would be an age bracket of North Melbourne supporters that are around that like 35 to 40 range, or maybe 35 to 20. Alright, we're back for the second half, guys. Teams are starting to get back into their positions or whatever. Yeah, just that Jeremy Cameron stuff. I just thought for sure he had to be taken off, and that was recorded that podcast before the what's his name, Ethan O'Driscoll, the Bulldogs player. He got concussed in a pre-season training for the Bulldogs in his first year, and he's now can't play football again. So they've got to take. I think they're still going to take it a lot more seriously than what they're doing now. I think they're doing a lot better, but they've got to do a lot more. Anyway, second half is about to get underway. Umpire puts it down. Here we go. Can the Cats come back, or will the Suns keep on running home? Bo's trying to break the ball out of there. It'll be a ball up. So Conway taps it forward. Myers been very good in the first half. His kick was interrupted by Flanders. Stepped out of trouble, did well. The handball to Anderson put him under pressure, and the handball's been turned over. Myers inside the forward 50 on the lead. Couldn't mark their nil down low. Ewan did okay. Wide looking kick, a bit in trouble, and then seen out of bounds there by Cam Guthrie. So it looks like Mac Andrew has been subbed out of this game. That's massive news for the Suns. So Alex Davies has came onto the ground. Looks like he's got an ice pack or something on his right ankle. Or his calf even. So maybe it's a calf probably. Yes, that's really bad news for the Suns. Rao trying to step through a couple. Bruin couldn't lock him down. No one could. Anderson, little handball. Did well to Miller. Inside give. Sexton goes towards the pocket. King got bit hard there by Henry. Did well. Guthrie went to ground against Berry. Step back inside. Berry's kick was brilliant. They're just a little bit more slicker in the conditions, the Gold Coast. Tom Berry did well. And Bailey Humphrey kicked a brilliant goal in the second term. Chance here to get it out to 39 points. So now Bailey Humphrey. He comes in to kick the first goal of the second half. Runs a little bit on the outer, but kicks it straight through. Gives a little bit of a shush motion to the crowd. Good finish, Bailey Humphrey. Love the confidence, young man. Great work there from Matt Rao, just bullocking his way through the stoppage, and the handball work there from the Suns has been good all night. They've just been a little bit more cleaner with the footy. The Cats really haven't been able to deal with the conditions. And with a lot of experienced players out, the Suns are just all over them. Conway against Moyle. It spills out now to Anderson, and Miller will get another clearance. He's had a brilliant game. High ball again. Kolajasny was held a little. Guthrie trying to break out of the King tackle. Did okay. Handball forward. Holmes stepped out of one tackle. Did a handball over the top to Mullen. And now Guthrie out wide. Blitzars couldn't mark on the bounce. He's got Hewlin tracking him. Did well. Guthrie handballing forward now to Bose. He has a short little option. Great little darting kick. Hit up Myers. Wasn't paid the mark. Must have hit the ground. Moyle, Miller. And again the Suns can break away. Rowan tracked him down. Just got the kick away there, Sexton. Out wide to Berry. Has Kolajasny tracking him. The kick was brilliant though. Hit up King. He's got an option over the top in Humphrey. He's been dangerous. Latest stages of the second term. Early third. Good kick across. Hit up Ainsworth, who lands heavily. But I'm sure he's good enough to get up, take the shot, and send this lead over 40 points. So Ben Ainsworth. Usually bread and butter stuff this. A snap around goal. He takes his time. Snaps on the goal. And hits the bright goalpost. So it makes it an even 40 points, the margin. So runs out of bounds in front of Gary Rowan and Bodie Hewland. Be another throw in. Cats just aren't putting on enough pressure at the moment. The Suns have just been able to waltz through stoppage. They've had a huge amount of inside 50s. Yeah, I thought it did drop the mark. Moyle taps it out the back towards Fiorini. Flanders. Good smother there coming across. There was Holmes. Gets it across his body. Almost got the spoil there, Hewlin. Rowan fighting hard with Collins. Collins did brilliantly, though. Just body-lined it. Rao off to Fiorini. The kick long. Stood under it there was Humphrey, and he's going to get the free kick. In fact, it's Ainsworth. He wants to wheel and go. They want to kill this game here and now, the Suns. High ball for King. Brought it down there, Henry. Fighting hard was Long. Guthrie, almost worried out of it, just tapped it to space. Humphrey, great pickup. Handballs it to Lukosius. Over the top to Miller. One more handball or kick in there away. Kick goes out wide. Tom Berry takes it. So now Tom Berry, probably a little bit too far out to score. He'll probably look for an option here. Think he's going to set it up, Tom Berry. So he sets it up, almost to the goal line. Conway missed it. Dangerous times here for the Cats. Humphrey missed the handball to Long. Cam Guthrie got the handball away towards his brother in... Oh no, in fact, it's Dempsey. Great pickup as well. Mullen gives it off towards Kolajasny. And now Parfitt. Streaming off the half-back line now is Brendan Parfitt. Goes long. Ballard couldn't get the clean fist to it. Flanders did well to get past Neal. Play onto the call on the high free kick. And now the Suns want to go through the middle. Through the guts of TIO Stadium. Fiorini gives it off to Sexton. Missed the give to Miller. And now the Cats can go on the counter through Mullen. He has an option at 50. In fact, it's half forward, Bose. He can go with a low dart towards the goal face, but leaves it out wide. In fact, he's missed everything out of bounds to be a throw in the forward pocket here for the Cats. Well, they simply have to get the next one, Geelong. How you doing, Mark? Travis first. Who's Travis? So can the Cats get a goal here? Neal stakes it out of the ruck, just snaps it on goal. A little bit ominous. Couldn't get it on the boot towards the goal face. And now it's 39 points to the margin. Double the score here of Geelong. So now Close going up against Anderson. Anderson got the handball away. Rao almost got pinned holding the ball. Blitzar's coming the other way. Got it off to Stengel, being a bit quiet. Ducked one way, then ducked another from 50. Tyson Stengel. Good finish. Great goal there from Tyson Stengel. He's got 2. Brings it back to 33 points. May not have their star key forwards in Jeremy Cameron and Tom Hawkins, but they've still got stars up there. It's their first goal since midway through the second term when the Suns went on an onslaught. And maybe now that gives them a little lease on life. They're up for this, the Cats. Don't think they've given up on this one just yet. So we're back in the middle. Terrible bouts by the umpire. Moyle, 2 taps on it. Wonder if he gets 2 hit outs for it. Mullen coming through against Miller. Neither could get rid of it. Davies trying to break through a couple of tackles. Still trying to shrug through. And the umpire calls for a ball up. Moyle brings it down. Parfitt tap. Everyone volleyball tapping it away. Now Bose gets the clearance. Only as far as Sexton, who rebounds it forward. Out the back it goes. Johnston locks up his opponent in Stewart. Couldn't grab it. The Cats are in a bit of trouble here. Guthrie gave it to Kolajasny. O'Connor just took the tackle from Long. It'll be another ball up. Gold Coast have it inside their forward 50. So the Cats, if they can get a couple in a row, maybe they can fight their way back. Tapped forward. They're the Cats, but now the Suns can get it back inside through Fiorini. Going back with the flight was O'Connor. Couldn't grab it. Kolajasny. Better get locked down. Turned it over. King stepped through a couple. Dribbles it home. Good finish there from Ben King. Back out to 39 points. He's had a pretty quiet night, Ben King. But that was some true style. Did well to fight back there, Ben King, because Henry pushed him under it. Could have given up on the play, but he knew the ball was still in danger. Ben Long put on the forward pressure that he's done all night, and then Ben King stepped through a couple, got his first goal. Not the best bounce from the umpire again. Just throw it up, dude. I don't know why they refuse to throw it up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. It's Conway got the handball at the back to Parfitt. Has a handball option here for Bruin. They can work it through nicely here, the Cats. Atkins, he can go towards the forward 50. Dempsey in a one-on-one. Good mark from Swallow. He's had a really good night, David Swallow. Out the back to Flanders. Back to Swallow. Just racking them up a little bit. Gives it back to Flanders. Both of them racking it up. Goes to the one-on-one. Clousey coming through hard there with Stewart. Did well there, Clousey, to stand up. But Holmes grabs it nicely. Dempsey wasn't a great as handball. Got a high one there. Flanders again going in hard. And the Suns can rebound. They want to kill this game. Anderson just sends a high ball. One-on-one inside the forward 50. Gets out the back towards Long. He's got Johnston giving him a little bit of help. Johnston, little short kick inside. Off one step on the lead to Ben King. They're brewing something, the Gold Coast. May not be this year, but they're definitely on the path to something great. So Ben King was pretty well quite silent in that first half. Right now he can equal the top in the Coleman if he kicks this goal. So Ben King comes in. Sends the ball long. Umpire holds that right goalpost. And the umpire not too impressed with the kick. Back to 40 points. I think that's the equal highest lead of the night. Geelong are going to have to work hard not to get blown away here. Yeah, I agree. I think this could be an absolute blowout because they don't know the conditions. All their experienced players that have been there for the last year or so are out. You know, they don't have the goal power that they usually have. So this is going to be really difficult to Cats to not get blown away. Oh, nearly took a great mark there, Ben King. Working hard here from 50. High ball, Ben King. Will it get there? It won't. In the goal square, Long couldn't mark. Over the top from Sam Day. He's got 3. Well, at the moment, the Cats are looking to get back on the plane. Back to Victoria. The Gold Coast loving every minute of their time in Darwin at the moment. In the NT. Sorry, in the NT. 46 points the margin. Sam Day kicks his 3rd goal. It's going to be hard to take him out of this team. So tonight we've got Jack Lukosius with 3, Sam Day with 3, we've got Long with 2, Humphrey with 2. They're getting some different goal kickers other than Ben King. Something that can definitely build a more potent forward line. Conway wins the tap down. Holmes goes in hard with Davies as well. Atkins, good tackle from Matt Rao. You're not breaking a Matt Rao tackle either. Oh, he got the handball out somehow, Atkins. He's going in hard with Davies in the back. Free kick, go to the Cats. I wouldn't be surprised if Sam Day gets looked at by a couple of clubs, to be honest. So he goes inside the forward 50. Hewlin just missed the punch away. Swallow did well again, and Hewlin will clear. Towards the wing on the commentary side, Ainsworth. Good mark in the end. Just push Mullen under it. Good body work. He's got Clousey on about a 15-metre kick to his left. He's wanting to go long, though. They know they can keep on going in the Suns. They can make this win hurt. Davies try to shrug the tackle. Good tackle from Zach Guthrie. Conway just fumbled at the crucial stage. Gets at the back of Atkins. Humphrey breaks through a tackle. Just handballs it forward to space. Here comes Johnston against Henry. Lukosius and O'Connor. Who's going to get there? Lukosius worried him out of it. O'Connor did well. Goes for the short little kick. Hits up Conway. They want to go. Myers wants to switch the play. Absolute atrocious kick. And Stengel may well get away 50. Yes, he has. A little bit of a frustrated moment there from Tyson Stengel. Gives away the 50-metre penalty. And now David Swallow. Can he kick another? Make it 52 points. So David Swallow has had a very good evening. He won't miss this, David Swallow. true heartbeat of the Gold Coast Suns, kicks the goal. And they lead now by 52 points. And this is ominous signs for the Cats. How you doing, Carlton Corner? Who do you think's going to win tomorrow? I've tipped Sydney. I am a Swans fan as well, so I mean that may be a bit of bias, but I do think the Swans are. I think they've been a bit better in the last few weeks. Sorry, sorry. Just wasn't a good kick there from Myers. He tried to work it into the middle of the ground. Stengel wasn't ready for it. Gave away the 50 through frustration. And right now, this could be a bit of a blowout. Don't know what the biggest win the Suns have had against the Cats, but they could be beaten tonight. Tap down there from Day, up the back Anderson, and again, it'll be another clearance. Suns will work it forward once again towards the 50, and Zach Guthrie took the front spot, took the mark. Yeah, probably right. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think Carlton have definitely got some upside. If Carlton can get Mackay and Curnow involved in the game, I think they're definitely a huge chance. And if their midfield can take control, I think it's going to be a very close game. Rowan goes up a bit early, couldn't mark. Ricochets now to Sexton, long handball, Davies, Anderson. They'll link up again here, the Suns. Over the top there, Fiorini to Rao. Deserves a goal, goes long, and he kicks it. Matty Rao enjoying Darwin football. And they hit the 100 in the third term, the Gold Coast. Sends it out now to 58 points. This team 3 weeks ago was undefeated, and now staring down the barrel of a pretty big defeat against the Suns. Right now the Suns, live ladder, they sit inside the 8 in 6th spot with a percentage of 112.8, which is only 1% behind the Cats. Right now, the Bombers would be loving it. They win against the North Melbourne, which, let's be honest, that's going to be lucky not to be over 60 points. The Bombers will move into second if they win against the North... Why do I keep on saying if? They're going to beat North Melbourne. Anyway, from the tap down, Holmes got worried out of it a little bit there by Rao. Handball over the top from Bose. Holmes soccers it forward. Flanders gathered it nicely. Gave it off to Jeffrey. He goes along once again. One-on-one inside the forward 50. There was Long. O'Connor fighting hard with Johnston. Long little tap inside to a dangerous area. Ainsworth gathered it. Over the top little handball. Worried out of it there. Davies. Lakosha's coming through hard. Handballed it. Turned it over. Guthrie. Over the top little kick was nice. And he hit up Myers. He can hold his head up high tonight, Brian Myers. He's had a pretty good evening. One of only a few for the Cats. Sean and Neil. Been a little bit tough for the key forwards. Towards 50. Rowan pushed under it a little. Ewan going in hard. Gets at the back for Henry. Taken down was Bruin. Inside the forward 50 here for the Cats. Blitzars just thumps it out of the stoppage area. Only as far as Ainsworth. Sexton down the line. Good kick. Hits up Johnston. Johnston wanting to switch it. Inside kick. Cats just really aren't giving as much effort as they probably could. Couldn't grab it there, Berry. Just somehow got out to Flanders. Anderson linking up. He'll look for the right option. Went to duck one way. Gave it off to Jeffrey. Tried to duck around the tackle. Handballed it forward to space. Kolajasny will get there first. Humphrey beaten a little bit too easily there. And now O'Connor working it out wide for Jack Henry. Slides across the turf. And he gets the boot to ball. Pushed as he kicked it. Out of bounds. Out of bounds? Not out of bounds on the fall. So it looks like Cam Guthrie's going to be subbed out here and Jai Clark's going to be subbed into the game. So it looks like the Cats going to make their sub. Probably should have made that at half time, if we're being honest. But nonetheless, I'm actually a bit surprised they didn't sub out Conway. But not that he's played bad by any means, but I thought maybe he'd be a little bit more tired. But I guess they're going to give him the full game. Tap down there from Neil. Immediately wrapped up there. Fiorini by Dempsey. It'll be another stoppage. Still over 7.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Moyle tapped out the back to Rowell again. Sends a high ball to the top of the goal square. Blitzar's in the perfect spot. Got beaten. Now Day. Ricochets out to Long. Handballs it along the ground. Really to no one in particular. Mullen got the kick away. Outside the defensive 50. Blitzar's standing under it. Couldn't mark. Up against Anderson. Blitzar's did well. Holmes gathered it nicely in the end. Down towards the wing. Henry against 2. Brought it to ground. Rowan. He'll be quick here. He's out the back. Ballard's going to try and track him. Gary Rowan blitzes away and kicks a nice goal. Good finish there from Gary Rowan. And back to 52 points. So just over 7 minutes to play in this third quarter. Since halfway through the second term, the Suns have really flexed their muscles, blown this lead right out. 8 goals not over. Oh, I think they're coming back. Moyle slung the full 360. Good work there from Conway. He's had a good evening. So now Conway wanting to give off the airball. They get shut down. Just got the kick away towards 50. Close, got hands up, couldn't mark. Sexton. Handballs out wide to Ainsworth. And now Johnston on the wing. The Suns just want it more, I think. Johnston takes a bounce. Have another Sun. He wants to go long. High ball. Long's all on his own. Went back hard there, Atkins. Did well to pressure it up. Long stood back inside. Humphrey. Finish it off. Good work. Bailey Humphrey. That's his third. And the Suns get another. Fatigue, yeah. Well, I mean, look, the Suns may get fatigued, but right now, they look like they're less fatigued than Geelong. Geelong look like they just want to get home. And now a goal to Bailey Humphrey. I mean, that's back to 58 points. I don't know. Right now, I think the Cats just want to get home. Like, they just look tired. They're not making as much efforts as I think they usually could. I think they were just set to lose this game. I think they were setting themselves up to, not to lose it, but to okay, if we lose this one, it's not the end of the world. We're going to go back to Victoria. We have a lot of games at home. This still for the remainder of the season. We'll be fine. I think that's kind of how they were setting up for this game. Davies handballs to Miller. Rao breaks through the tackle of Bowes. Towards centre half forward on the bounce. O'Connor trying to get worried out of it there. Work well there, Humphrey. Now Guthrie locks him up. Moyle taps it down. Davies against Humphrey as well. O'Connor wraps him up. True centre half forward locked him down. With Jeremy Cameron, they would have won. Oh, I don't know if they would have won. They haven't played that well, but I don't know. I think they would have been a lot more potent. Let's just put it that way. But I mean, they've been beaten around the ball. They've been thrashed around the ball as well. I think Paddy Dangerfield would have been better in this game, to be honest, than Jeremy Cameron. Miller, little handball at the back to Jeffrey, who can load up. Sends a high ball towards the top of the goal square again. College hasn't. He gets a fist to it. Out of bounds inside the forward pocket, right side. So Cam Guthrie has been subbed out for Jai Clark, by the way, guys. Zach Tui gets the clearing ball outside the defensive area. Blitzards goes up hard. He gets out the back again, and the Suns have the numbers. Jeffrey goes back inside the forward 50. Cats have the numbers here through Conway. Gets out the back for Stewart. May get shut down. Berry still there with the forward pressure. Lukosius, that surely was through for a behind. Little dance step from King, and that's a goal. Well, I don't know. Umpires are a little bit unsure if that went through for a behind. They were in the perfect spot. Yeah, I'd like to see that again. So you pick Gold Coast by under 60, under 39. That's 3 for a point. Oh no, it's his foot. That's a goal. So that's his second goal, Ben King. That's all clear, and that's pretty poor from the Cats. I bet you if that's at skill, I bet you if that's at home, they're going all the way through with that point there. I don't think they're letting that go through easily. So now they have a game high, team high, 64-point lead, the Suns. And this could be anything. Lose it by trying to get within 39 points for no particular reason. Yeah, you guys have definitely got the Gold Coast Suns by under 40 points. Alright, we'll go for the betting, eh? Come on. We want to win you guys some money, don't you? That's the main point of this. Main point of AFL is to win you guys a bet. I agree. From that angle, it looks a lot closer, but it didn't bounce all the way over. So now Ben King takes equal rights on the Coleman medal race with Charlie Kerner. Of course, Charlie still plays tomorrow night against the Sydney Swans. Jesse Hogan sits in third with 26 goals, and Kyle Langford, one of my favourites, 24 goals. Yeah, doing pretty good, Boston. How you doing, man? So free kick's going to go the Cats' way through Conway. He drives a long ball forward, worried out of it. There was Henry. Been a bit of dirty night for him. Blitzar's been sent forward. And another stoppage inside the Cats' forward 50. Just haven't had a lot of opportunities up there, Geelong. Ticks under 5 minutes. Ticks into red time in this third term. What happened, bro? You didn't kill someone, did you? That would be terrible. I don't know. Anderson, Miller, did well. Rao, turn it over. Holmes, at the back. Clark, first touch since coming on. The kick. Good mark. Oh, Swallow just dropped the mark. Stengel goes on goal. Got touched as he kicked it. And it's through for a behind. So Tyson Stengel couldn't get his third on the board. He's had a pretty good evening, despite giving away that 50 about 10 minutes ago. So Jeffrey goes down the line. Umpire will pay insufficient intent because I think he just wants the Cats to get a little bit closer, to be honest. No, it's probably there. So Mullen probably not played in too many conditions like this in his life. Obviously being an Irish boy. Don't know if they have many 34-degree days of playing Gaelic football. I don't know how it works over there, but anyway. Goes inside the forward 50. Ballard got a spoil onto it. Dempsey tried to get it towards the top of the goal square. Fighting hard, Ollie Dempsey, but it runs out of bounds. Oh, that's good, man. Seeing a girl for coffee. Those days for me are over. I'm married now, so I just go for coffee and then... Dylan, can you get me a coffee? Yeah, I'll get you a coffee. So Johnston takes the mark at halfback. Gets at the back. Stewart fighting hard here. Myers getting back to help his defence. Back to Stewart. High ball. It's going to go wide. Too wide. And the Suns will get the free kick. 3.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Heaps of time. The Suns have kicked 18 goals. This could be I think they could get a record of the highest score ever from the Suns. But on the other hand, the Suns have had a few times this year where they've dominated for 3 quarters and then just stopped in the last. So that could be the case as well. Henry get a little touch onto it at the back. Stewart, now Parfitt. Really thought the Cats would have given a little bit more tonight. Inside kick. They can go here, the Cats. Inside, good work. Yeah, you too, Buston. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, good luck to you tomorrow. Going for Collingwood versus Adelaide. I'm from Tasmania. My dad goes for the Crows. I'll go for Pies. Are you gonna go for the Tasmanian team when they come into the competition? Parfitt couldn't get it forward. Clark just stumps it off the ground. Swallow wrapped up by Henry. Got a handball forward. Did well. Rao. Now Jeffrey. Outside kick was a bit dangerous. Clousey did okay. Short little kick. Rao did nicely. Now Myers on 50. Short little kick inside was nice and hit up Brendan Parfitt. Everyone's a Collingwood fan. Everyone's a Collingwood fan. So Brendan Parfitt in front of his native supporters. Can he get his first goal of the night? Been really important for him this year. Just grabbed a little rab of the hammy there. He may be rested in the last quarter. May just be signalling that he just wants to come off the ground. So Parfitt runs a little bit of an arc, kicks towards goal, and the umpire shuffles to the right-hand side. 3 pies here. All right, guys, let's just settle down a bit. There's 3 pies fans there, and there's 3 teeth between you. Sorry, that was too easy. I'm sorry. That was a shit laugh too. Fucking hell. Parfitt got his ball smothered by Rao. Myers handball towards Kolodjasny. Did okay. Now Dempsey. Little dance step back inside to Kolodjasny. Doesn't get too many goals. High ball. Fades late. Missed again there. Kolodjasny to the right hand side. Yeah, that's fair enough, man. So is Tasmania gonna be like your second team? 3 pies, 1 swan, yeah. At the moment, I don't even know how many people are watching anymore. This game's pretty much a dead rubber now. There's a couple of people watching. Come on, guys, let us know in the chat who you barrack for. We got 3 pies, 1 swan, and 1 bored support. One and me who's been bored out of my brain. I got a laugh out of that joke. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. So currently sits at 61 points the margin. Minutes ago in this third term. How about we try and get to a 950 subscribers? Did we get that? But the laugh was traumatizing. Sorry. Sorry. I always got told as a kid that my laugh was very weird. What are we at? We had 950 subscribers. Yay, we had 950. Let's go. Whoa. Cheers, guys. Appreciate that. Let's get to 1,000 by the end of the night. I resemble the joke. Or you don't have any teeth. Blitzers. Snapping ball towards the top of the goal square again. Sport at the back from Berry. Suns have the answers at the moment. Did well there, Ainsworth, and now Berry. Tries to send the ball outside the defensive 50. I laugh like a chimp, so I can't talk. That's alright, man. So now Rowan, he's just outside the forward 50. Runs an arc. Doesn't get a lot on it. Doesn't get the best onto it. And then Collins, as he's done his whole career at the Gold Coast, spoils it through for a behind. And even 60 points right now. Let's get it under 39 so my boys in the chat can get their payout from Sportsbet, eh? Just saw Cyril in the crowd. Ah, I missed that. Fuck. So long ball down towards Neil and King. King did well. Oh, Johnston. Little party trick tap on over the top. Humphrey just out of his grasp. Yeah, I'm a Swan supporter. Been all my life. You haven't got all your teeth? Ah, that's alright. Nothing wrong with that. Do you have a gold one? That'd be pretty cool. I'd like a little gold tooth just to knock the teeth out. Fucking clock a beer open. That'd be so fucking sick. Rao bursting forward, couldn't get it away. Kolodjasny, free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go to Bailey Humphrey again. And a chance here at 3/4 time for Bailey Humphrey to get his 4th goal. This will send it to 66 points the margin. And right now, the Cats are in line for an absolute thumping in the Northern Territory. I haven't got all my teeth because I'm too young. Ah, fair enough. Come on, under 49 bet. Come on, Pino. Under the 39. We've got 4 people in the chat now saying they've got the bet under 39. There, Humphrey runs a little bit of an arc. He kicked it. Fuck! Sorry, guys. I think the Gold Coast are going to win this one pretty comfortably. He kicks the goal, and the Suns lead it by 66 points at three-quarter time. An absolute thumping. Yeah, I don't think it's getting under 39 points. I don't think I'm for a thumping. Still in it. I think there's a chance, to be honest. Yeah, this is not a very good look for the look, the Cats, obviously, they're not going to care. That's the thing. Yeah, they're just having fun at this point. They're not even caring. I think the Cats are more than... If they could ask for the mercy rule and just go home with a 100-point loss, they would do it at this point. Risk no injuries, go home. Who do they play next week? Because if they lose 4 in a row, that's something a little bit more to talk about. I think 3 right now. I don't think they're going to have to win this one. I was about to change my tip, but I thought no. They got the Giants down in Geelong, which is an interesting game because they don't... GWS have a very good record in Geelong. I think they've won 3 of their past 4 or something down there. So that's very interesting. Oh, fuck, Peter. I'm sorry. That's how they get you, though, isn't it? They go for the multi, you go for a little bit more, and then you're just unfortunate. Who knows? Maybe the Cats will give it a go in the last quarter, and the Suns will stop, but I don't think they will. Is this a fucking menu log, Av? I'm deleting my menu log fucking app. It's alright, Peter. It's all good. Hopefully you didn't put too much money on it, though. I wonder if my brother puts on multis. I don't really bet much. Yeah, Sirioli's in the crowd. Sorry, I'm just watching that grind Myers hit to the face again. That was so mean. That went at halftime. It's annoying. I don't think I'll be able to get more clips for tonight. I don't think they're really posting them too much. Why the fuck did he go to the Powerball? Go away. I don't really do these sort of games with the blowouts. I think I've only ever done one. This will be interesting. I guess we can just talk for the majority of the last quarter, I guess. Even if you win the bet, you still lose. Yeah. Cheers, Boston. I appreciate that. Whenever you gamble, my friend, eventually you will lose. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. Well, not if you just keep betting. Eventually you'll win it all back. That's the rule, isn't it? The only true loser of a gambler is if they quit. That's terrible advice. Don't take that. Yeah, I think we're just probably not too... Who's Quay gone? Oh, I'm too dumb, bro. Sorry, guys. My knowledge basically goes to football, and that's pretty much it. My wife hates it because she's not a football fan. That's alright. Honestly, I like it that way. Oh, yeah, exactly. Smartest thing to do if you lose is just bet more. Well, you got to cover your loss somehow. Don't take any betting advice from me. Don't. I am not a betting advisor. I've done maybe 3 bets in my life, and I think I lost them all. You know, the first time I gambled was when I was 18. No, I wasn't 18. I was 20. Put it on the pokies, put 20 bucks in. My mate was standing there, didn't tell me how it worked. I just kept on pressing the button, and I lost all my money. Get the money back, exactly. Keep Eddie. Throw all your money in. Throw your life savings in, guys. Don't do that. What's the stats looking like anyway? I haven't even looked at them in the second half. Yeah, Matt Rowe's been fucking brilliant. Bailey Humphrey's been good. 4 goal assists for Jack Lukosius. Shit. Yeah, they get thrashed, Benton. I wouldn't imagine being homeless is that bad, to be honest. So the last quarter about to get underway. What are you talking about, Sarah Jones? They came back last week. That was midway through the second quarter. What are you talking about? Can they fight back? No, they can't. They're 66 points down. They're playing up in the NT, and they're playing like they want to go back home. Oh, fucking hell, whatever. I hate when other commentators say that. Oh, can they do something in this last quarter? No, who cares? Even if they win the last quarter, they've been flogged. Whatever. So free kick in the middle of the ground is going to go Noah Anderson's way. In Melbourne or Tassie, it's hell, I'd say. We need Ablett back. Which one? Probably both of them. All 3 of them. Nathan Ablett can even come back in at this point. It's not that bad. Who cares? They'll bounce back next week, I think. Oh, even though it is the Giants and they have a good record there. They go 4 in a row, then I'll start doubting them a little bit. They got to play well next week. Even if they got to play well next week. So now Myers off half back. Little kick outside was nice. He hits up Rowan. So Rowan wants to go. Sends it inside the forward 50. 1-on-1 is Neil did want to bring it to ground. Stengel at his toes. Kept it in front of him. Good gather. Neil handballed it forward to Holmes to finish the job. Good work. Max Holmes kicks the goal. They're on the comeback, guys. Get your multis out. They're not done just yet. Oh, I wouldn't go that far, Ben 10. They don't have much of their best team in. How many Darwinese fans? Darwinian? No, God. The Entenians. They do have quite a few Gold Coast. They do have quite a few Gold Coast fans growing up there, which is good to see. So it brings it back to 60 points. We need 21 more, guys, to get all your multis through. Moyle won it down. Free kick's been ripped out. It's going to go the Cats' way. Here we go. Holmes drives it forward. Inside the forward 50. In front. Rowan couldn't mark. Stengel out the back to Rowan. He wheels around. Tries to break off one tackle. Did well. Back to Holmes, who drives a long ball from 50 across the face. And Ballard marks. Ruins all the fun. I'll just be going for you guys betting now. Are they playing for the Gary Ablett Cup? Yeah, they are. Ballard sends an inside out, a kick towards the wing. Conway did want to bring it to ground. Guthrie got the handball through. Davies did nicely. Now Rao breaking away is Ainsworth. 1-on-1 forward. Good kick for Long. Cats have the numbers. They've given away a free kick here. Ben Long will take it. So now Ben Long works it inside the forward 50. Good mark from Jack Lukosius. Hasn't kicked the goal since the first quarter, but he's still had 4 goal assists. He's done really well. Do you think the NT should get their own team after they said Tassie get a team? Look, the fairy tale would be yes, but it's simply, I don't think it's feasible to give them their own team. On the monetary wise, like, look at the ground tonight. It is packed, but even so, it's 10,000. It's not a lot. They'd have to pay a lot of money to build a new stadium. Would people go to that stadium? Good kick from Jack Lukosius. Just kick the goal. If you saw my... Because I did make a 20th team video on my channel. If you go have a look at it, you can watch that. And I give my thoughts on it. But I think a more logical solution would be to give a Northern Australia team. So I made a point of saying that Cairns and the Northern Territory would make their own team. They divide their games at home games of 6-6. 6 home games in the NT, 6 home games in Cairns, and then maybe build around that. I think that'd be the best solution if they were going to do it that way. Because I think you could attract players to Cairns. I don't think you could attract a lot of players to Darwin. Because and I think it's going to be very hard for other teams to get around having to go to Darwin every 2 weeks. So that's another thing as well, which I didn't even mention in my video. Because you can watch tonight, the Cats don't look like they want to be there. You can just see it. They want to be in the comforts of Victoria. They hate it. Maybe not hate it. Hate's not the word. But they just don't seem keen enough to be there. Let's be honest. So spoiled inside the Cats forward 50 and runs out of bounds into the forward pocket. Can't they just use the Darwin station? I wouldn't mind that idea for the Gold Coast to rebrand to Northern, a Northern team, but I just don't know how they do about mergers or a relocation. Jai Clark tucked up in the pocket, snaps towards goal. Good finish from the young man. Jai Clark came on as the sub, kicks the Cats' 10th goal, back to 60 points. The bets are still a chance, boys. Don't you worry about that. Gamble responsibly. I'm not going to... Don't gamble. Let's just put it that way. Charles Darwin was Darwinian and he was Victorian. Was it Darwin? I don't know. Stat Dion. I don't know. Sorry, I'm pretty fried after this game, to be honest. This has been pretty... I don't know. It hasn't been a poor game. The Gold Coast have played really well. The Cats just don't look like they want to be there. I'm sorry, they don't. Northern Suns makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that idea. Yeah, I just think it would be very hard to get the rest of the AFL on board because there are so many teams that wouldn't want to go to Darwin every 2 weeks. That's just my thing. I think I don't know. Berry sends the ball forward for King. Couldn't mark. Long read it well. Held without it. Long breaks through there, King. And King gets his third. Well, King had a quiet first half, but he's broken through now for a third goal, and the Suns have 21 goals on the board. Maybe the Northern Suns should be a thing. Darwinian. Is that 3 goals? 3 goals in a bit. Unfortunately, Peter, they just got another one, so... It's just 5 goals. Go on, Geelong. Do it for sports betting punters like our chatters right now. Come on. So right now, Ben King takes the top spot in the Coleman medal. Anyone put money on him? So back in the ruck again, Conway. Didn't get it through cleanly. Now Moyle sends it forward. High ball for King. Oh, gets at the back. Met hard was O'Connor. Holy crap. Berry looked in for the hard bump and he missed it. And now the Cats can recover. Tom Berry still down behind play, clutching at his leg. I think maybe it's just cramp. So at half back, Jeffrey cuts it off. Goes in short to Miller. Goes long towards half forward. King gets his hands up. Couldn't mark. Stewart. Handballed out wide to Atkins. And now Tui about to shake off his opponent. Did well. Berry went to ground. He's still running, Berry. High ball towards the wing. Rolling over the top. They can handball through here, the Cats. Neil at 50. Has an option. Across goal. Up went Stengel. Fighting hard to swallow. Just socketed it out of the danger area. Makes Dempsey go and track it. It runs out of bounds. That'll be called insufficient intent because the umpire wants to. You got to go, Captain Quolo. Good man. Thanks for joining the stream. Dempsey gets the free kick here. He goes long, top of the goal square. Blitzars is there, so is Henry. Brought to ground, and the Suns have the numbers. They link up. Anderson. Miller can go back to Anderson. He's had a brilliant night. May not get in the votes because there've just been so many good Suns players. He goes long towards Long. He doesn't know where to go. He's got too many options, Ben Long. He just works it short to Johnston. He's outside 50. He can load up. The native man sends a long ball for King and a 2-on-1. 1-2. Almost marked it. Humphrey for his 5th goal. Throws a boot at it. Kicks it across the face. Out of bounds on the full. Just having fun in the sun, the Gold Coast. Well, not in the sun. That was a shit line. Fucking punch me in the face. That was shit. Anyway. So Zach Guthrie in the back pocket. High ball. Moyle had a good night. Couldn't mark. Long. Turned it over. Bowes. Handle at the back for Parfitt. Long with the pressure. Did well. Miller. Feigns the give. Eventually delivers it off to Anderson. Snaps towards goal. That's their 22nd of the evening. Good finish, Noah Anderson. 22 goals. Is that a record? They couldn't have got many more than that, the Gold Coast. Holy shit, this is a fucking flogging. Great commentary, Channel 7. Fucking hell. The different slushy flavours or whatever. Moyle gives it off to Davies. Little short kick. Did well. Now Berry. Got it smothered nicely from Stewart. Fighting hard. Anderson wanted it more. Gives the handball towards Berry. He'll get it back from Davies. There goes long once again. In the spot is Henry. Gets out the back. And it'll be a free kick going Geelong's way. So a 72-point lead for the Gold Coast. I don't know when the last time they've got 22 goals in a game is. They've kicked very straight as well. 22 goals, 7. Wasted some chances early, but they've delivered brilliantly in this second half. Stengel goes up, couldn't mark. Hewland's had a pretty good evening on him. Has kicked the 2 goals though. Tui works his short ball to Neal. Just been tough for the Tools. Gives it off to Holmes, running shotgun. Off the side of his boot. Somehow lands it to close. Short little kick to Henry. Good play. Just haven't been able to do enough of it tonight, Geelong. Ollie Henry comes around, snaps it through. Brings it back to 66 points. Can't even get excited about maybe the betting coming back because I don't think they're going to do it. So it needs to be under 39 points. So the Cats need to get to 100 points here. I mean, how long to go? I gotta stop moving the mouse. He said, there's still 13 minutes. There's a chance. If I'm Gold Coast, I want all my games in Darwin because no other team can compete with the conditions. So fighting hard. 1-on-1 is Holmes and Miller, and it'll be a ball up. So back in the middle again. 66 points the margin. The Gold Coast highest ever score was against the Giants round 5 2013, which was 21 goals, 22, 148 points. So that is the highest. That would be, what, the third year for the Suns? So now Miller sends it long. King in the spot. 1-2, couldn't grab it. Atkins out the back. Kolajasny takes his time. Wide ball for Dempsey. He's had an okay night, Ollie Dempsey. It's been hard for the majority of the Cats players. Sends a long ball. Neal getting up the ground. Took a good grab. Handball back to Dempsey, who kept on running. Ball over the top. Finds Myers. And Ollie Dempsey kept on running. Had a good little play there. Great work there from Johnston. Shut him down. And Myers pinned. Never gave up on the play there, Johnston. Game's truly gone, but he just did everything he could there. He knows he's still fighting for a spot in this team, and who knows where they're going to be towards September, the Suns. Maybe they'll be there. Flanders wants to give. Eventually found Johnston, who's got a player over the top. They can link up nicely here, the Gold Coast. Fiorini, handball over the top. Now Rao just sends a high ball. Long up against Stewart. Stewart did well. Brings it down. He's going to be taken over the boundary line. Yeah, 148. So they've got the most amount of goals they've ever kicked, but they haven't got the highest score they've ever got. So they're going to need to get 2 more goals, basically. Come on, get him there. Come on. That was a huge amount of scoring shots, though. That was, what, 43? Fucking hell. Neal with the knockdown. Holmes, he'll get the ball forward. Towards the wing, going back with the flight bow to Euland. Had a pretty good night. Couldn't say there's one bad player for the Gold Coast, to be honest. So Flanders, over the top to Fiorini. So they can just rack him up at the moment here. The Suns at half-back, just chip it around. Because of a McNugget in your right hand. Fair enough, man. Long ball, thumped away there with Neal. Rao taps it to space. Couldn't gather Holmes. Just a little snapping ball across his body, turns it over again. And the Gold Coast just locking it in. Death by 1,000 cuts at the moment. Flanders, low ball into the pocket. And on the lead is Johnston. So Lloyd Johnston hit his first goal last week for the Suns. Same place on the ground as well. To get it back to 72 points. Had a pretty good evening. Great rundown tackle a few moments ago. To get his native fans up and about. Johnston comes in. Yeah, he's left it out to the right. Oh, King went up about a year too early. He was up in the first quarter. He was that early, that mark. Oh, what? They gave the free kick to the Gold Coast? Oh, what? I need to look at that again. That must have been a push in the back, because I don't know what the fuck happened there. The Cats gave away 50, by the way, so this will be a certainty. But what? What? My voice is very high. What? I want to see that again. I don't know what happened there. Oh, he's kicked it straight into the camera! Oh! Imagine if he just killed the cameraman. That would have been exciting. So they get their 23rd goal. $145 underscore of the year. Yeah, so what's it? 148. So what is the free kick for? Oh, that's... I don't know. I don't think there was a lot in that, to be honest. The hands were in the back. I think Ben King played for it, to be honest. But anyway. He gets 2-goal lead in the Coleman now, Ben King, with that finish. He kicked 4 goals in the second half, Ben King. He's had a good second half to this game. Davies coming through. Neal did well. Been pretty good in the last quarter as the second ruck. Handball forward from Holmes towards Parfitt. Fiorini. Parfitt did want to body line it. Sexton worried Myers out of it. Bruin coming through hard. Fiorini locks him up. And we tick under 10 minutes to go in this one. The Gold Coast have had a massive evening. And again, they keep their perfect record in Darwin. 2 wins from their 2 games this year. 2 wins from their 2 games last year. and 2 wins from their games in 2022. So now Myers just sends a high ball, says someone try and mark that one. Collins gets a fist to it. Dempsey leaving it for Henry, who just left it behind. Now Rowan locked up and slung to the ground by Sexton. And another ball up. Oh my god, just finish the game. Just blow the siren, please. Neil took it out of the ruck, handball at the back. Henry ducked out of one, did well. Short little kick, turned it over. So the Suns now through Fiorini. Dragged down well there by Bruin. In fact, it's Clark. Going to be a ball up. So about 30 metres out straight in front of the Cats goal. Lukosius, 1-2, thumped it away. Holmes looking for the free, didn't get it. Rao trying to worry him out of it. Myers locked up by Johnston. Good tackle. Neil thumps it out wide. Fiorini dragged down by Clark. And it's going to be another stoppage. So the umpire probably just... I think everyone in the ground... Everyone involved with the teams right now, and the umpires probably want this game done. I bet you the crowd are loving it, but they're still loving footy up in the NT, which is great to see. Rao out the back to Clark. He's got Holmes' little give. That's a good little kick inside 50. Oh! Neil probably should have marked that. Let it go. Neil taps it out the back. Ballard, Swallow, link up here through Fiorini. Absolutely dreadful handball. Holmes just shoves it on the left boot. On the bounce. Gets out the back for Blitzers, who keeps it in. Close. Dangerous goal. Great work there from the Cats. It's a good finish. They never gave up on the play. Brad Close with a nice goal. Back to 66 points. And the local drug dealer at the game. Good to see. Why did they just show that guy drinking a beer? What the fuck was that? Just a random guy just sucking down a cold one. Like, what the fuck was that? That was so weird. So Moyle with the tap down. Davies couldn't gather. Conway tried to get rid of it. Moyle had a good evening. Rao gathered it nicely. Gives it off to Anderson. They link up again. Moyle, Anderson, got a handball over the top in Davies. It bounces to him. Little spin move. Handball forward. They can just link up perfectly here, Noah Anderson. Finish the job. Take your moment. Good finish. Well done, Noah Anderson. Caps off a brilliant evening. Yeah, this is a fucking flogging, I'm going to be honest. And I don't think this is the worst 72-point loss that you would see because I think this Cats have got so much to come back. Hang on, Lukosius. Another one, rolls it through. That's 5. He's had a brilliant night. He's going to be in contention for the votes. And that's their 25th goal. Keep on piling them on, boys. 78 points. That's the highest lead of the game. Not looking like they were playing. They're even playing then. Not saying they're not trying, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think the Cats look like they want to be there. And it looked pretty. After that midway through the second term, it kind of looked that way. It's a great win from the Suns, though. It does show the Cats still have some areas they need to fix up, and they're not... If their experienced players aren't there, their second echelon of players, they can be beaten very well. So if they do get a lot of injuries, I think they've done it well so far. They've started to rest players, but they have to be careful as well, because if they don't make top four, you can't really... I don't think you can really win the premiership from outside top four. We've only ever seen one team do it. 78 points the margin. Moyle knocks it down. Bo's got met hard. Off the ground nicely there is Rao Johnson. Everything going the Gold Coast way. Takes a good grab. He takes his full measure now. Inside 50 they go. Out the back is Day. Couldn't grab it. Long looking for the free. Didn't get it. Guthrie. Little kick over the top. Finds Myers. One of the few Cats players who can hold their head high tonight. Ball inside to Mullen, who gives it back to Myers, who kept on running. Little kick over the top. Good kick in the end. Close took the mark up high. Wanting to give. Myers kept on going from 55 towards Dempsey. Good work there from Ainsworth. Didn't keep his feet though. Dempsey's dangerous. Went to ground. Ballard will soccer it away. Berry and Ainsworth with the clearing ball. Cats have the numbers. Atkins takes the mark. Locking in their area. And now Mullen. He's looking to wind it up here, Mullen. He goes long in the goal square. Euland able to thump it away. And Stengel happy to see it out of bounds. Stengel a little bit frustrated. Davies met hard, solidly. Conway coming through it, gets out. Now the Suns can clear. Fiorini with a long ball. Up goes Long. Tui went in hard. Gets out the back, Guthrie. That's Zach. Obviously Cam Guthrie being subbed out. And now Atkins goes out wide to Dempsey. He's had a pretty good night as well, Ollie Dempsey. Goes in short. Good kick in the end. Just cut the kick short. And Blitzars takes the grab. Ned Moyle a little bit dirty on himself, but he's had a very good night for the... Oh, he's only played a handful of games, I would say. The Blitzars just misses to the left-hand side. It's a very high-scoring game. Like, despite the Cats, getting beaten by what? 77 points. They've scored 80 themselves. Like, that's a pretty good score for a team that's getting flogged the way they are. Moyle steps through well. Davies went to give outside. Did well in the end. Good kick to Long. He's got a teammate over the top. He decides to give the little handball to Tom Berry. They're just sharing it around at this point. Look, Day went to ground. He's dirty on himself. Johnston, dangerous in the pocket. Dancing around, little kicker across the body, bouncing awkwardly there for Clark, worried out of it by Humphrey. Breaks past another. Bailey Humphrey, come off your evening, I hit the post. $78 points. Cats go out wide, good mark from Neil. Showing some signs. He's looking for the handball. Gives off the kick inside. Bruin breaking through. Short little kick is nice. Stengel wants to go. Gives it out to Bose. He's got Flanders tracking him. Bose, I think maybe hit his toenail. Blitzars gives it off to Stengel. Inside outer job towards goal. And he's got 3. Good finish there from Tyson Stengel. $25 touches from Ollie Dempsey. I didn't realise that. He's had a very good night. $41 touches. Oh, God. I haven't looked at the disposal count. Fucking hell. I'm just looking at the statistics right now. Far out. They just had a field day, the Gold Coast. So many players are just racking up touches. Anderson, 41. Flanders, 36. Rao, 35. Miller, 32. Sexton, 29. Jeffrey, 20. Oh, okay. Well, 20 is still pretty big, for a defender. Fucking hell. Tom Berry, 18. Like, when the fuck has he ever got 18 disposals as a small forward? I don't think Tom Berry's ever got 10. 18. Anyway, doesn't matter. Close now. 55 outworks a short ball on the Cats. Have another opportunity here through Shannon Neal. Not as good as Shannon Knoll, but still. So now Shannon Neal will kick this from 50. Straight looking approach. Kicks towards goal. Gets good connection and he kicks it. So the Cats working their way towards 100, which is quite interesting considering they've been well dominated in the second half. Brings it back to 66 points. This has been a very high scoring game. Not much defense has been involved in this one. I don't know. I've always liked the defensive stuff in AFL as well, so I'm going to be honest, this has not been a very enticing game for me. After the first quarter, after about half time, the Cats really haven't put a lot of a fight up, let's be honest. David Haldux looks fucking ropeable. Bro, you're up by fucking 100 points. Get over it. Yeah, it was a good kick. So the Gold Coast next 3 games, they've got Carlton, Essendon, and then the Saints. So a couple of really tough games in the next few weeks. That will really test them to see where they are on the AFL. They got Carlton at Marvel as well next week. Handball over the top. The Suns can link up here. Sexton is running on, did well. Had a good evening. Bouncing ball, Berry. Lukosius, worried out of it. Berry did well. And now Lukosius goes in with a short little kick. Hits up Bailey Humphrey. Here's a chance for 5. Well, the 5-day break has meant nothing for the Suns. They are running all over the ground and are running out this game hard. So Bailey Humphrey set the game alight in the last quarter against North Melbourne last week. He's kicked 4. He comes in. Umpire does not move. The big 5 for Bailey Humphrey. And that's their 26th goal of the night. 164 points for the Gold Coast Suns. You're not reading that wrong. They have just been that good. So many players are just filling their boots at the moment. How much time left? Minute 44. So, look, I would say the game's probably done. Probably. How you doing anyway, Condoggers? So now Conway gets the clearance. High handball, did well to Myers. We can go from 55. Sends a long ball. Ryan Myers. I think he's got it. Good finish from Myers. 15th goal for the Cats. They have actually scored pretty well. If they didn't concede 26 goals, you would think right now that they're in with you'd think they've had a pretty good day. If you looked at but yeah, this game has not been defensive by any stretch of the imagination. Like, this is, I don't know what Tom Berry's doing in the middle of the ground, but he might as well have his finger up his ass. He's literally sitting there watching Conway handball forward. He's had a good night grind-wise. He'd be one of the few Cats players who can keep his head up high. So Conway from the middle got dragged down. Did well there, Myers. They get it through the front again, through Bruin. High ball inside the forward 50 is going to be called right back to Conway as the free kick. Even he's saying, bro, just let it play. The game's 1 minute and a half to go. We want to get home. But the umpire's like, no, not my problem. So he gives it off to College Jasny, and now he can go long. Inside the forward 50, Blitzer gets out the back from Neil, and now Jeffrey can take a bounce. They can take another one. He does it. He gives it off to Clousey. Good pressure there from the Cats. It's long, though. Lukosius against Stewart. Stewart did want to bring it to the ground. Ainsworth wraps him up. Handball over the top to Clark. About to get dragged down by Miller. Handball over the top for Myers. Did want to tap it on. And now Bose stepped through one. Got a push in the back by Johnston as he kicked it. And Newland lets it through for a point. And it's to 99. Can the Cats get to 100 here? This would be a massive scoreline. 264 points. If anyone picked this to be unders, you'd be way wrong. There's been 41 goals kicked. I don't know when the last time that happened. Actually, no, you know what? It probably would have been would have been the Swans game last year against West Coast. I don't know how much West Coast kicked. I think they only got 4 or 5. They fighting hard. College Jasny handball at the back. Met hard. There was Clark. Now Stewart just jams it on the boot. Sends a high ball towards half forward. Couldn't bring it down there. Blitzars did well to give it off now to Rowan. Snaps it inside the forward 50. Stood under it there, Ballard. Even their mistakes are turning out okay. Cleared out from Swallow. Now Long. Fighting hard there with Atkins. Held him without it. Be a free kick here going the Cats' way. So now Tom Atkins will have a chance to kick on the siren. A massive win for the Gold Coast Suns. A history-making night. They have kicked 26 goals, which is a record. They have scored 164 points, which is a record. And I would assume this is their biggest win against the Cats. We'll see the final scoreline as Tom Atkins comes in. High ball. And he kicks it to the right. So the Cats get 100 as well. Just to even up the scoreline to an even 64-point win to the Gold Coast. Well, maybe a relocation should be in order because the Gold Coast have got a perfect record in the NT. And right now, the Suns sit 6th on the ladder. So maybe, just maybe, this could be the year they finally break that finals drought, make the finals, and who knows, if these players can make an impact, maybe a big push into finals. Maybe not. I don't know. But a great win from the Gold Coast Suns in the end. So many high goal scorers. We saw Bailey Humphrey with 5, Jack Lukosius with 5, Sam Day with 3, Ben Long with 3, Noah Anderson and Matt Rao racked them up as they usually do. It was a massive win from the Gold Coast. Good to see. Cats got some work to do, but I think they'll be back next week. So, guys, that will be the end of the stream. Thank you for watching. I know it wasn't a close game, so it wasn't like the most entertaining stream at the end of it, but I do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. We're at 950 subscribers, so I really do appreciate the support. So 1,000 we get monetized, that would be sick. Monetization on videos and streams and shit, but that's not the big... I'm just really happy the channel's growing, and I'm happy that we're getting a lot of awesome supporters on the channel. So, thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for watching. That's all.